All right. I have the recording going on my end, I think. I hit record, so it's going somewhere. And this is we're here. It's the Nintendo Direct, Switch 2. It's happening now. Isaiah's quickly scurrying back. I don't know if there's audio supposed to be on from the TV on our end. Isaiah's not. This is interesting. They're building it now in front of us. No. But stream can hear audio, I believe, so. Okay, so we're starting with the Mario Kart. There's the famous Yoshi's Burger spot that people have been speculating on intensely heavily. Okay, great. Now I can hear on the TV.
Let's go!
And I think it's fine on the stream, but it's a little tough to tell without rewinding to do stuff. Apologies for the last second troubleshooting and all. We tested everything yesterday, but as usual, it's always tough to get it ready, especially this early. Okay, cool. We're driving. We're in cars. The cars look slightly different. Okay. Flips. Okay. Multiple vehicles. Diddy Kong Racing Core. This is Diddy Kong Racing. This is Diddy Kong Racing Erasure, and I'm here for it because, to be honest, I played that game a few years ago, being like, oh my god, I love Diddy Kong Racing. Let me play Diddy Kong Racing. And then I realized, ooh, Diddy Kong Racing, it feels kind of sluggish as hell. I'm sorry, Gutsvizzle. As a kid, I loved Diddy Kong Racing. As an adult, I like the idea of Diddy Kong Racing. The production pressure is making the production diamonds. Exactly, yeah. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, the cow from Moo Meadows is drivable? You can drive as the cow? This is a company that knows its audience. They know what we want. Real ones know. Moo Meadows is where it's at. That's all I give a fuck about. I love those little cows and their little fucking nose rings that they wear. Waluigi. Was Waluigi drivable before? Playable before? I don't think so, right? There's that fucking weird little Waluigi crowd that Nintendo's been like heavily trying to avoid because they're like, you guys are weird. Mario Kart World, okay. I feel like then I see like biomes in the background. I feel like everyone who speculated that it was open-ish.
I'm Koichi Kawamoto.
Is vindicated here.
And I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct.
Let me know if I need to like adjust volumes or anything, guys.
I'm
we can do all that from here.
For Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
Thanks, guys.
Seems good. Awesome. Thank you.
What do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
Okay.
That's so funny because he knows what it'd be.
Yeah.
What do you think? Oh my god, it's so crazy.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Okay,
welcome to this
like not on the
vast
Switch
world.
1 then?
Yeah, it's just Hyrule.
Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Okay. It's also giving Mario Kart
Depending on
World
the time
Tour,
of day and weather conditions,
which is the mobile
the
game.
atmosphere will change.
Cosmetics? Question mark? Unless it's like a specific boot of this game.
And
Mario
in this
without a
Mario
hat?
Kart
Ew!
It is really gross.
Yuck!
You can go off the racetrack and drive
He's got that
virtually
bed head.
everywhere in this world.
does
That
that
virtually
mean,
is
though?
carrying there.
Yeah, what do you
what's
mean,
going on
though?
here?
Grand Prix race through 4 courses.
Okay, so
in
it's
a
like
bid for first place.
a midnight club, Burnout Paradise,
Don't
but
sleep at the
you
wheel.
know, Mario
You'll
Kart.
also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Awesome, Top Shelf.
With
Hey, thanks for
24
stopping by.
drivers in
Appreciate
each
the lurk.
race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Driving to the next course. Interesting. Knockout Tour. This was something Bless kind of speculated on.
Introducing Knockout
like
Tour.
like a battle royale.
Race non-stop
Oh.
from one corner of the world to another.
Yeah, there's definitely cosmetics. Luigi has this
Yeah,
fuck ass
yeah.
hat on.
There are multiple
Whoa,
checkpoints
whoa, whoa!
along the
Great
way.
hat. What are you talking about?
If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Yeah, that is cool. And honestly, when Blessed said that, I was like, that
And
sounds really
you
good.
make it all the
But it
way
sounded
to the
so good. I'm
finish
like, they're not gonna do it. Mario's drinking?
You
Is
can
this the first time we've heard?
really
Is this the
drive
first time we've
around
seen
this
Mario
vast
drink a can of
world in
juice?
Free roam.
Okay,
By
so this
going
is free roam.
off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you. You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different
Cute.
locations.
That is cool.
The so some of the level design is definitely kind of reminding me of Cruise and
Brand new
Blast.
race across the entire world starts here.
Such Cruising
Mario
USA, like
Kart
the cruising series.
World.
Yeah.
The
is
game
gonna be really
launches on
good.
the same day as Nintendo Switch
Man,
2.
okay.
More
There might be
details about
audio
this
delay for
title
direct
will be
audio.
shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information in the future.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it. You hoped correctly. But we already knew about this.
Next,
Which-
we'd like to introduce some of the new features of
Also
Nintendo
smart.
Switch 2.
That they got that out of the way immediately. Like no one.
These
I mean,
are
we
the
all care about
Joy-Con 2
Mario Kart.
controllers
Well,
for Switch 2.
most of us care about Mario Kart as it hits Mario Kart.
And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
Finally, what's it do? Tell me.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
Show it to me, Rachel. Alone?
I'm still ahead of all of you guys.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a delay. I think it's literally on the stream itself, though. Maybe we just refresh it or something.
Yeah, I think it's.
So
I can refresh.
Yeah, I'm down for you to refresh.
Wait, no.
Yeah, just one refresh and then see what happens.
No, I'm about to get. No, I'm about to get.
Come on, no.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe it was just weirdly out of
Introducing
sync.
Game
Looks
Chat,
a little bit better
a
now.
new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Is this like, did they make Discord?
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah.
So this is like Discord for babies. Babies first Discord? Because this isn't Discord
While
proper,
using
right?
the
This
game
looks
chat feature,
I don't think it is.
intensely
your
like
voice
Discord.
is recognized
Yeah.
by a microphone
It's
built into the
Nintendo
system.
cord, you know.
Yeah. Nintendo shit talk. What do you think they're
It
gonna call
can
it?
pick up your speaking voice
I think
clearly,
it's just voice chat.
even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you,
Come on, man.
your
What
voice
do you-
will still come through clearly.
There's
letting
always that
you
bitch
chat
making a
with
smoothie in the
ease.
back. You know, just
Oh.
Deafy me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family.
So it's
If you
the
open
chat
the
button.
chat menu and turn on game
oh,
screen
secret
sharing,
chat. Fuck. We had so many ideas and no one thought. Well, no one would
you
think
can
that it's
also
letting
share
you
your
talk.
game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it? You
I
guys
don't know why it's so out of sync all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh shit.
I don't think there's anything we can do about that, but chat, if you have any ideas,
Okay, I got
feel
it.
free to sound off.
Oh no 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 no.
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know.
Also,
that
like
one.
chatting with no headphones is like really unhinged.
That is-
In your
In the
house?
sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe. We're safe.
PlayStation is like, am I a joke to you?
That's so cute. So cute.
You can adjust the size of your game screen,
Guys, I'm lost. Like,
Where'd you go?
So it's crazy. Nintendo really said we're gonna be the
or
PC.
expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above.
We also repost the stream on my own account.
You're almost there. It's just like the wall. Like if she gets past the wall.
this is where I have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone
It's so
can
funny
watch
that,
them
like,
play.
Oh, I think I know.
It
where you are.
looks
I think I
so
know where you are.
good.
Wait. Okay, I think.
So, I mean, obviously, like the other streams are, you know, framed or whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think that's gonna matter.
Smile.
Yay. Oh, yo, that's sick.
I like your pose mix.
The chat
On
comes
the
with
right
built-in
Joy-Con 2
lag.
controller, there's an additional
Yeah, no
button.
facts.
With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang. Oh, really? Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah.
I was like,
Oh
is
my
that
God,
me?
Isaiah.
Yo, I thought it was
Here,
me.
you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more.
Switch
And
to
there's
camera?
this.
Okay.
Are the days of
By connecting this camera
sexual
to the
Uno
system,
Live coming back?
Hey!
Hey,
what's up? Hello.
Bro, how powerful is the Switch 2 that Nintendo's able to do
They
this?
literally like we're just
How's everyone
you're just streaming now. Can you be able to stream directly from the
You can appear on
Nintendo
screen
console one?
and video chat.
That
while
would be
playing a
nice.
game.
I mean, that'd be nice. That's, I think,
Probably
asking
not.
a little
No,
too
they're not
much.
gonna let you do that.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so that's what that top
Here's how it
USB-C is
works with
for.
just the
It's like
camera.
accessories.
Oh yeah.
I bet you like that.
Everyone was like, it's just another way to charge.
Please look forward to games which use your
That's-
camera feed.
The
like
Mario
this.
Party.
That's interesting. That's kind of
So
cute.
is this new Mario Party?
No,
Is this what they're secretly announcing?
Left, left,
If
left,
I
left.
go a little more this way.
No, this looks like the old one because they have that meat cutting game. But Chad, if anyone knows
Using game chat.
Mario Party better,
Mario
than I
Even
do.
Connect
when you're
era.
apart.
It is
You
kind of
can play
Nintendo
games
correct.
and hang out
Connect.
as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing your personal favorites. Decide your own rules for a retro game competition.
Okay.
Or hold a sports competition between families.
It does seem kind of fun, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you invented Discord. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Anytime,
but I mean, you don't need the multiple
anywhere.
monitor kind of setup. Like when you're playing on
Game
Discord,
chat.
you can't like,
Yeah.
you know what
no,
I
that's
mean? You
fair.
can't like game and do everything together.
Yeah, you're
What
right.
did you
Maybe it
think?
is just Jamboree.
In developing Game Chat,
Yeah, I think
our
I
goal
thought it was
for you
Jamboree.
to enjoy
But
playing online with others more closely, including family and friends. Almost as if you're all playing together in the same place.
like you now need to trade social security codes to get be
The
friends.
camera
with
you
people.
saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera.
I'll tell you one thing, not gonna lie, I'm regretting
will be
adding all
available on
those
the
Switch
same
friends
day
of
as
just
Switch
strangers
2.
that I have on my Nintendo Switch. I don't want to
Nintendo
see
Switch
y'all
Online
go
membership
away.
will be required to use Game Chat.
What?
Of course.
However,
I mean, that's kind of standard
since
price
we'd
at this
like as
point.
many
You can do
people as
I mean,
possible
online
to
without
experience Game Chat,
PSN,
it will be
right?
available
Because
with
guess.
membership for a limited time.
open
We hope
access
you'll try it
period. That way, that's smart. Actually, I'm shocked they made that
Additionally,
decision.
Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example,
I know
whether
Patrick's
parental
writing his
permission
blog
is
right now.
always
He's just
required
like-
when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
Also,
We'd like to
Bowser and
introduce
Bowser Jr.
another
is
new
like
experience you can share with
the
family and
parental
friends.
avatars. Such a cute, cool idea.
Who is
Nintendo
playing this
Switch,
game? Be
even if
fucking
you
for
just
real,
have one
bitch.
game, you can
We are
pass a
not
Joy-Con
fucking
controller to
booting
a
up the
friend
Switch
and play
2
together.
to play this.
But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game with GameShare.
Okay,
As shown
read up on
here,
GameShare.
even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With GameShare, you can temporarily share
Okay.
compatible games with
The
others
DS era
who
is
also
back.
have Nintendo
Yeah, I was
Switch
thinking
2
that, yeah.
or a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time. GameShare also supports
Wait,
online
this
play with
existed
other
in the
Switch 2
Switch already.
systems.
What do you mean?
And
There were
can
some
use it
games
with
that did
friends
this,
via
I thought,
Game
on
Chat,
Switch.
which we
Wasn't
showed
there?
earlier.
Maybe, but it was like
GameShare
limited.
can
If
only
so.
be used with compatible games.
Oh.
This feature is planned for several titles, starting
Okay.
with a free update for Clubhouse
So it's still
Games
limited.
51
Okay.
Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch.
But I think they are kind of like fleshing it out more.
GameShare support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next,
Recession era gaming. Just come to my house and play this game.
we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself.
It does still sound like a.
Please take a look.
Do they have extra people because it's the second console? Bigger screen, same thickness. Okay, that's gonna get memed, obviously.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
I
With
think that's fair.
approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail.
Okay,
on the 1080p
look.
I don't think that ate the
You
way
should
they
have
hoped
got.
it
You
to.
should have just had Digital Foundry come through with something up to 120 FPS.
That's
The screen
impressive.
Yeah, but when are
supports
you
up
hitting
to
that?
120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
This is a company that's never shown off technology, so they're just like, add more Mario's to the
LCD
jump.
screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark
Okay.
areas of the images. The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system.
I would believe
Detach
that
the
more if you
controller
didn't have your other
easily
hand on
by
it.
pressing the release button on the back.
That was a big
The
complaint.
SL
People were like,
Yeah.
"Them
SR buttons
little
are
nubby
bigger
buttons."
for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held
Though I still think the
horizontally.
big-handed people
Yeah.
aren't gonna want to be playing that way, but it's a fun option more than
The
We-
left
it-
and right sticks are now larger.
It's not really meant for us, you know. We can it works, but like, it's
Okay,
not
finally.
control.
Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
Improve speakers, clearer audio.
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes. It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via game chat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through
AI
clearly.
in the Switch too.
3D audio.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Wahoo!
Yeah, you can definitely tell they've never turned off technology before because this is like. I mean, I guess. I just don't think they're that
Place
like
your Nintendo
good
Switch
at
2
showing it
however
off
you
in a way that
like,
looks
with a large, sturdy
more
stand.
exciting.
You can move it freely, like this.
Okay.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well. It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
Yeah, that also was a problem.
Okay.
Even though, like, who's playing on tabletop that long? But
Sure.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of
Okay.
internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for
That's
storing
pretty
your
good.
game downloads,
Yeah.
save data, and more.
Those virtual
Reading and writing data
carts.
is also faster.
Finally.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV
I like
and
the dock
enable
more.
up to
I think it's curved.
4K resolution for compatible games.
Yeah. It's more
HDR
like
is
aesthetically
also
pleasing.
supported in TV mode.
Wow. Okay. 4K Switch is wild to think about.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This
Yeah,
helps
before.
keep
Oh my
performance
God.
stable.
Cool.
it was just baking in there. I didn't realize that it was just cooking. Plays compatible Nintendo Switch games. Okay. 4K
On
upscaling. only.
Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as
okay.
compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
What do you think, Isaiah? Is this selling you on the console? Even though you're just gonna play mine, but so you still have it. But
Man.
what would it take for you to want your own?
As you just saw,
Some,
Nintendo
I want to
Switch
see some more of
Mario.
these games.
I think
Yeah.
you just
and
wanted that new
improved
that
the
Odyssey
Nintendo
2.
Switch.
Which
We redesigned
I mean, I kind of
the
be
system
there.
from
They
the
have
ground
it.
up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game. Mr.
some stupid game.
Kawamoto!
Hello.
Okay.
My current location is actually inside the game itself. This is
bro.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
After Bob's like, he
Nintendo
stole my
Switch 2.
whole flow.
PlayStation.
B for
Just,
B,
like, write that
bar for
down.
bar.
I'm standing over here. Okay,
Like,
everyone,
Astrobot,
join
but
me
without the
inside the
whimsy?
game.
Astrobot, if you were the Wii
There are
trainer.
a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets.
Astrobot like.
And those magnets are inside the system. The SL
really
and
should be
SR
posting out my
buttons on
dumb
the
jokes
Joy-Con 2 are
online
made
as
of
well.
metal,
It's a big content day.
so that's how they attach to the system. A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach.
I'd say this is probably the least
Through
interesting.
examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2.
That's
Another
cool.
example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this. You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con
I mean, this
2.
is kind of cool in a like behind the
By combining
scenes
the mouse
vibe. It's like, what if you got
controls
to play the
and
tech demos they
gyroscopes,
made
things like this are
almost? But
possible.
it's not It's just
There are
really
secrets
like
to discover even as you're playing mini games and tech demos.
it's like really not that interesting looking.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch
You
2.
have to pay for that?
So please check it out.
Why would I buy this?
Now,
How is
I'd
that
like
not
to
just a
share some more
pack-in?
information regarding Nintendo Switch 2. This
Ah.
is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
What does it taste like?
It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards, but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Mmm.
There are
New
different
SD
types
Cherry
of SD
bitter
cards
taste.
and will make high-speed data transfers possible. Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Boo.
Man.
Additionally, to
That's so
transfer
expensive.
data from Switch to Switch 2,
Honestly, I'm not too
you can
surprised.
log into your Nintendo account
Kind of
to
expected
use the
that.
system
The fact that it
transfer
doesn't
feature.
work
Right.
is a bit of a
With
shock.
this feature, you can transfer save data, digital
Okay, that's not too bad.
games, and more. We're also releasing a new Pro Controller.
With the C button.
It has a C button, which launches Game Chat, and on the back, there are new GL and GR
Okay.
buttons, which you can use to assign existing button controls.
Nintendo is really funny because
In
they're
addition,
always like, we're
an
not doing
audio
anything like
jack
anybody
has
else.
been
This
added.
is the most like anybody else they've
We've
ever done
introduced
anything.
a
which is
few
kinda
new
interesting.
features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an
I know them
Ask a
engineers
Developer
sweating.
article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We
cool.
hope you'll check that out as well.
Okay.
They're also in there. We don't fuck with anybody era
And
where they're
now,
like,
the
no more social
Nintendo
media. We're
Switch
just
2
doing like
launch
our
date.
news ourselves.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
Wow.
Very much
Right
looking
in the
forward to
middle of
day when you all
SGF?
get to experience
That's
it,
actually
so please wait just a bit
insane.
longer.
What the fuck? You have to go pick up my console for me.
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Okay.
These games take advantage of the performance
What kind of
and
bomb
features
drop are
of
they about
Switch
to
2.
have?
The second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
It's so soon. The
Nintendo
third is
Switch
all the
2
games you ever
edition
bought for the
games are the
Nintendo.
third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like
Okay.
improved visuals,
Okay.
unique ways to play on Switch 2,
Free
and
upgrade?
more.
Or paid upgrade?
Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Please
And
take
if
a
I gotta
look.
use that camera.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Streamer edition.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition, more expressive rumble, and
And
gameplay that uses
and
a
the trombone
camera
champ game?
accessory. All of which can be accessed on Switch 2.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I
Check
don't
out
know.
three
I
new
don't know
and
that.
updated modes.
I'm kind of scared about that. I don't
First
know.
up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions
Okay, like the meme
and
potential of
emotions
this
in
is
real
pretty high,
time.
though.
Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the
Okay.
livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage to hit blocks to collect the most coins.
You know what this is giving? It's
Dive
kind of
in
giving like
RC car
Universal.
with your voice. Go.
Yeah.
Like remember when we played that game?
Compete in other mini games.
You,
using
me, and
full
Leo
body
and
movement
Sarah played
and
this
sound.
before anybody.
Yeah.
Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're
If you lose, you fall out of the coaster.
It might
Use
be the
mouse controls
case.
to shoot down enemies while you feel the bump.
Yo,
This is Universal Studios!
game.
This is Universal Studios.
When you enter
I
a
guess you
putt,
can save
a minigame will
the cost
begin.
of a trip.
This is right.
2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray and
Nah.
quickly tag objects.
Nah.
Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini games. How
Bro.
quickly can you reach the station? From mini games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble.
Nah,
the
yo,
biggest
that's
party yet is
crazy.
getting even bigger.
That
Super
was
Mario
wild.
Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV launches on Nintendo Switch 2 July 24th.
It's so crazy.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own
Thanks.
Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree
Purchasing
TV
upgrade. I guess
by
I should be
purchasing
surprised.
an upgrade pack.
All the other platforms, you gotta pay for the upgrades usually.
Please look forward
Yeah.
to a new Mario Party experience.
They're probably better off
where
just
you can
charging for it
see
than
each
having.
other's
Honestly, like
reactions while
I know it's
playing.
worse for the consumer, but
Let's
I'd rather you
continue
just be
presenting
consistent
some more Nintendo
Sure.
Switch 2
than like
Edition
the
games.
occasional free upgrade from PlayStation. It's like I don't know. Nice
Nintendo
and
Switch
Tears.
2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda
People,
Tears
to
of the
people who
Kingdom
dragged to finish Tears of Vindicated, my
feature
people,
enhanced
or not?
resolution and frame rates. And also support HDR, which makes the image more
Can you show me a
vibrant,
side by side?
so you can play
No.
with smoother
It's not ready right now. Because deadass, I just like Tears of the Kingdom.
Take
I'm
our
still gonna
word,
buy
man.
it. It could
You
look
can
the
get
same,
even
and I would
more
still
out of
buy
your
it. I
adventures
gotta
in
be
the
honest with
world
y'all.
using Zelda Notes.
Zelda Notes, okay. Kyle Hilliard.
This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a
Integrated
game-specific
guide now?
service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of
Oh
these
no,
titles.
not really. A little
For
bit though.
example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating. Proceed north.
Nope. Good job. The Apple Maps to Nintendo just invent Apple Maps.
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
I
Someone
mean,
send me a car. I just got Hunger Games as game.
this is very
We
cool.
hope these
I wonder
features
if
will
it's
make
just
your
like
adventures
too
even
late.
more enjoyable.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know anyone who's really playing Tears or Breath of the Wild
I'm gonna be
anymore.
playing Tears because I didn't
Really?
finish it.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy
In
an
the
additional
sickos are
story,
gonna
I feel
replace
like
Breath of the
you're
Wild.
in the
Nintendo
minority here.
Switch 2 edition,
Replaying
along
it?
with improved
Man.
graphics
Chat, let
and
me
frame
know
rate.
what's the Bot W Totke hype.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a
I definitely think there's
powerful
some
meteor
weirdos that
that's
are gonna
causing
replay
some
it.
mysterious
You would replay
changes.
Odyssey if they made a Switch 2 upgrade, I think.
We
Yeah, what's
hope
going
you're
on with this? They
looking
made a new
forward to Kirby's
I don't know
new
that
in
I
Starcross
would.
World. It's like DLC, right?
I'm guessing.
It looks really beautiful. Like from an
Metroid
artistic
Prime
standpoint,
4
it's like I don't
Beyond
like it's
will
rendered.
have
so
both a
not-
Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Okay, cool. Yep.
I
Now
hope
the
this
question is,
edition
does the
looks
Switch 2
better.
edition cost more? They haven't really talked. They talked about
In
upgrading, but
addition
like,
to standard
Okay,
controls,
this actually looks
you can
better.
use mouse controls for intuitive
Yeah, it does look- I think it does
gameplay
look better,
on
yeah.
Switch 2. Plus, you can
They're coming
explore
after
the
PC
immersive
players.
world in
some people are just
4K
playing it because
at
it's
60
immersive.
frames
Yeah,
per
I
second.
Yeah, that's
agree.
true.
Enjoy smoother action in full
Yeah, I guess
HD
people.
at
Some people need
120
very little.
frames per second.
But is anybody here
Reason.
now?
Choose
from these
I know it's
two
not like a
modes,
million
both of
people
which
here
support
in chat, but I'm
HDR,
curious if anyone
based on your
any of y'all
preference
watching.
and playstyle. Plus, Pokemon Legends Z.
Honestly, it does look better. I think it does look better.
It does. No, it definitely does.
Now, like,
a Nintendo
here's
Switch
the thing.
version, but a Nintendo Switch 2
I'm just over
edition
this
as
Pokemon
well.
art style. I want them to do more
By
variation with
taking
their art
advantage
style. I
of
just,
the power of Switch 2,
you know what I mean? It's just always
you
the
can
same
enjoy
art
your adventure
direction.
in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
Honestly, I gotta get my own Switch for.
Pokemon?
Yeah. Even though
The Nintendo
I guess
Switch 2
technically,
edition games you just saw will be
sounds like it's
available
gonna be
as both
coming
physical
to
and
Switch
digital
1,
versions.
Yeah.
but
But you want that dusted and busted? I don't know.
yeah,
If you
we're
already
feeling
own the
how fast
Nintendo
load
Switch
times and
version of the
everything.
game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2
Okay.
edition games.
That'd be kind of cool if you could just buy
Next,
like a
I'd like to introduce
bulk,
a
like
brand
4
new game
upgrade pack
featuring
kind of
mouse
thing.
controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Please take a look.
Yeah. No, same. Okay, like I'm ready. This is my reason to go
How
back.
you
Now I have a
guys
reason to go
don't
back.
finish that game is insane to me.
It's long.
But it's good. There was nothing better.
But what else am I gonna learn from playing more of it? Like, do you think my opinion's gonna evolve in the game? I don't think so,
Okay.
really. drag and drive.
Okay.
You know what this reminds me of? Fuck, there was a game on PlayStation Plus that reminded me of this. Like the art style, not the gameplay.
Okay.
Look, guys, this, I mean, don't make me have to hate on wheelchair basketball because I don't want to do it. I don't. But I don't know. I mean,
like,
it doesn't look fun. Basketball is generally fun.
It's giving
But
like
the fact that like one of the things is just wave.
the dunk is actually
Yeah, like like when you're playing it.
Yeah.
'Cause I think yeah, obviously,
You'll use
I don't think
both
you're talking about real
controllers
life
and
wheelchair
controllers
basketball,
as
but
to intuitively pull off various moves.
You
hope
got a
you're
new
looking
sport to
forward
cover.
a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls.
yeah, like
Next,
here's the
here are
thing
some
though.
games from our publishing and development.
My thing is,
coming
for
to
these
Nintendo
games,
Switch
like
2.
you can only play them when you're like at a desk. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Well, you need to know
Oh
that-
yeah, Elden Ring coming to Switch. Actually, it was Elden Ring on Switch 1.
No, hell no, it was not on Switch 1. I'm actually shocked to see this year. This isn't true, so maybe I shouldn't post it. But like, my thought was like Mario Elden Ring. Yo, make Mario playable. If you make Mario playable in Elden Ring, I'll give it another chance. I'll fucking go on record today, chat. I will put Mario. That's actually my dumb. Put Mario in Elden Ring. I mean, they did for like remember the like NBA Street.
Yeah.
May you take the throne.
The Tarnished
They didn't have the fucking
edition.
guts.
Okay.
Is it the Tarnished edition? Because it's like the Dusted and Busted Switch.
Hey, I'm Greg
Super,
Casano from Supergiant Games.
I was gonna say Hades.
Here is that
yeah.
Hades
Okay.
2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead.
Maybe
an
I just don't
immortal witch
remember.
out to vanquish the
But
sinister
seeing
titans
someone
of
that
time.
isn't Nintendo on a Nintendo device
Battle
like this is
beyond the
insane.
underworld to the ends of the earth.
Do they?
Getting to know
Maybe they have. Maybe
They
they
do
do
it
that for Switch
sometimes.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like.
that reacts
It-
to
it-
Well, for
it
their
being
marquee,
on
you
the-
know, like a
yeah,
big thing.
that's
I get obviously
surprising.
all the
It's the
directs are
kind
like
of
showing
game
off
you can
different
quickly pick
developers
up
and
and
stuff.
play whether you're
I'm so
experienced
mad they didn't put
or
Mario and
not.
Elden Ring. Put Mario and Elden
Look for more
Ring,
about Hades 2
please,
later this year.
please.
I still gotta play Hades. I haven't played Hades 1 or 2, so maybe that's a good excuse. I wish I liked the fighting games.
Yeah, we're just kind of like this is our checkout period to drink your water. Yeah, I'm just not a fighting game person.
ソフトは通常版の他に総勢26キャラクターを収録した Gears 1、2 Fighters Edition の
Yeah, Tears is long.
さらにゲームと
I never finished those long good games. Baldur's Gate is also great, but it's long.
発売日にお届けします。お楽しみに。
I guess that's true.
It's hard for me to make time
Hades,
for that kind
everyone
of
is
thing.
hot.
It's just a lot of
Initiating
games.
Arsenal Bootsy.
And I don't want to
Armor
rush it. Everyone's saying, "Oh, don't rush it. Enjoy your games." And then when I enjoy my games, people are like, "You're not done?" No.
Testing
If it was up to
data
me,
link
it would take me
with
30 years to be these
Normal.
games.
Commencing launch. After two
Love Hades,
long
everyone is hot.
wars
Also
where our
game good?
freedom was restricted,
Yeah, I started
we
it.
will finally be liberated from humans.
But I was playing
I'm in
it
need of a
too
new
late, so I'm
arsenal,
like, okay,
new
whatever.
equipment and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome!
This planet will be ours.
The Sovereign Axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war.
I'm not gonna
Don't you
lie,
get it?
I am starting to feel like we're not really gonna get much
I'll
Nintendo
tear
first
you
party
apart.
at this point. I think they'll do one more thing at the end.
I think
and
they'll
they're
loop
gonna,
back around. We'll get a little bit more Nintendo first party.
What time is it?
Hey,
been like
this
30
is
minutes.
Joseph
Okay, your
Forrest from
boy.
Hazelight. I'm super excited for
Because I feel like
Split
they
Fiction to come to
Jamboree
Nintendo
is
Switch 2.
not even
The
Jamboree.
game is a story
Mario
about
Kart
friendship.
World, I
You play
don't
as
think
Miyu, who writes
is
sci-fi, and Zoe, who
enough.
writes fantasy.
So far, that's
And
the
for what?
only
They get
Switch
trapped
2
in their own
exclusive to like
stories,
entice
and it's
a
up
lot
to
of
you
people
and a
to
friend
upgrade.
to help them break free.
I think
Now, let me tell
you're
you this.
underestimating
If you
how
like It
much
Takes
people
Two,
love
you're
Mario
gonna
Kart.
love this one. Trust me.
I
Of course,
think
you'll be
you're
able to play
overestimating
Split Fiction on the day
how much people are
Switch
willing
2
to pay
launches.
for something that looks exactly like the thing they already.
I'm shocked to see this as well. EA Sports, they're all trash. They literally make a trash version of the games, and everyone fucking is mad as fuck about it. All the time.
Okay, and Madden, that's cool.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Hi, I'm Alan Tew from
Yeah,
We didn't talk much about that. Yeah.
They're blazing through these.
They didn't have a lot to say on that. Okay, so
Hogwarts Legacy, okay.
There are a lot of
You'll be immersed in
maybe not a lot because they're going kind of slowly, but like
and the new
it's that third. It's the Fable third-party
Yeah.
support of Nintendo.
I feel like this is very much like
Discover the
What the console can do, kind of vibe.
yeah, like the ports that just never made it before because of technical issues.
Yeah. This sounds so like whatever of me, but or stan of me, I guess. But this just feels like it'd be more fun to play on the Switch than on my PlayStation, just because it's like the little handheld. I think this Tony Hawk is so handheld to me because I played that GBA version.
Yeah, you were weird with that.
Yeah. And then I was like, why is the regular version so fucking hard? Switch 2 Jamboree isn't even until July, yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
The Mexico Hot, that's funny. I'm really hoping they have at least one other thing.
Okay.
But I get what you mean. Like, I think even with like, honestly though, even if Mario Kart isn't out, like I just want some, I think they need more.
Hello, this is
like,
Christian Elbadan
for me to be
from
like,
IO Interactive.
did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this. Like, I'm not, if they only have Switch 2,
Hitman
I think
World of
that's
Assassination
a massive
to
letdown.
Nintendo Switch 2. As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission.
It's like when you get Leo Vader to buy this
And how
console.
each mission progresses will vary depending on the player's imagination. Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2. Plus, we are excited to bring another
desync
familiar
hits
agent
again.
to the platform.
Yeah, the audio is really bad.
I know I keep desyncing, but
It's not on us.
no,
I don't think.
I don't think so. You can refresh if you want.
Nah.
Just because it's like this is a
At this point, yeah.
downtime. I feel like this is
Okay,
gonna be max an
new
hour.
007
We've
or
gone
is this a
almost
collab
40
with
minutes.
Agent 47?
Project 007.
James Bond.
No, this is their own. This is their
The
James Bond
world's
game.
favorite spy is
Okay.
coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm still not gonna play it on Switch 2 though.
The story of light and shadow that never fades is reborn.
I'm numb because for a second I said, "Is this Final Fantasy
Bravely
VII?"
Default returns, remastered in high
It's absolutely
definition. Featuring the Brave and Default commands that help you control the flow of turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very
Bravely
own
Default.
party. Enjoy your adventure.
All the haters.
with
Is it like
upgraded
one
features
though, like
and
remaster or
enhancements.
something? Because this is
And
only
all
2. I don't
new
think.
mini-games with unique ways to play.
Oh, this is actually Bravely Default?
Square Enix
They said Brave and
presents the
Default, so
classic
Oh,
it's gotta be
okay.
Bravely Default.
Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster.
Yeah, it's like
Set for
the old game
Luxembourg
remastered.
as a warrior of light.
I know over on the Min-Max chat they're roasting me never finishing Bravely Default 2, but you know what?
龍が如くスタジオ代表の横山です
Who cares?
Okay.
我々がお送りするタイトルは龍が如くゼロ誓いの場所ディレクターズカットです1988年東京と大
Silk Song's
I would love for
17.
that just to. I want to remove from the conversation. Is the thing.
伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください発売日は
I'm really
Nintendo
hoping they
Switch
bring it
2
back
の
to
発
some
売と同じ
Switch
日
like 2 proper games because I ain't gonna lie, I'm waiting. I'm kind of like, all right. At first, it's like, oh, it's really
We'll have
exciting. They're
more
like
games
talking
to
about what
show
the new
from our
technology
publishing and
is.
development
And it's like, am I gonna use the
But for
real
now,
camera?
we'd like
I
to
don't
show
know.
games
Probably
being
not
developed
really
in
that much.
collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined
Okay.
hands with the
Port of
Hylians,
some
who
Zelda.
dwelled on the surface, their union led to a great
Oh, wait, no,
and
this is just
prosperous
Tears.
kingdom.
Right?
It sounds like Tears, but they just talked about
But
Tears,
in
so why are we
time,
talking about it again?
a terrible evil arose.
Zelda 9.
A war was fought to
Yes,
vanquish
Tears.
this evil.
Yeah, it's one of the
One which
fabled
future
Tears from the Tears
generations
game.
would call
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. It could be something like that.
Imprisoning war.
I'm not into the Dynasty Warriors Zelda stuff, the Miso games.
Or it's DLC about like Zelda's time? Oh shit. Okay. All right. All right. All right. You're bringing me back in.
That's Hyrule Castle?
Prequel.
Then that must mean this really is the past.
Oh.
God damn it.
Damn it. Sorry, everyone who likes these games. I just don't. So, though in the game's defense, I've never tried them, but I'm not really. I gotta be honest. I'm closed-minded to this genre. I'm just not really gonna be rocking with it.
Yeah, same. I don't think it'll be bad.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't want to do that.
It is a bit of a bummer in that what I wanted was prequel Zelda,
Warriors,
and what I got is Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I don't want Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
but you know, shout to the family. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
shout to the coming this winter. It's all, damn, it's going. What am I doing this summer? You tell me I'm just playing Mario Kart?
That was Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
Hey, no, we still have some time.
It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And I'm gonna use it like 3 times, but like, should I just buy the camera right
now,
away just to knock it
some
out?
news
You know what I
about
mean? Like
Nintendo Switch Online.
I don't know if you're gonna use it, so
I can see myself using just for
enjoy
content,
Nintendo
something
Switch
still,
Online
some
on
like
Switch
random
2.
Nisha Plus work thing. You know what I mean? Like,
And with Nintendo Switch Online
I guess
Plus
that's fair.
expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
exclusive benefits? That's kind of a wild proposition.
GameCube games coming to. Okay.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo GameCube.
The sentence
originally
the
released
GameCube is
in
exclusive to the Switch
2001.
2 is
Here are the
insane.
titles that will be available at launch. A Legend of Zelda game
Okay,
that looks
Wind
like
Waker.
a cartoon come to life through cell
Oh, but it's not the HD.
No,
It's
so you gotta
the
deal with that
original.
bad, like the pieces
Links
are
set
too many
sail on an
pieces.
adventure across the
Oh,
Great
interesting.
Ah, the monkey's
The Legend
paw.
of Zelda,
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker. Transcending history and
So
the
powerful,
world.
okay.
A
Give me the
tale
Wii U
of
also.
Souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D,
You can't just skip the Wii like
weapons-based
that.
fighting game, each fighter comes equipped
I know
with
as
a
much as
different
you want
weapon.
to, you
And
can't.
Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
they
love
used to
the
do fun
Wii-
stuff like
The
this.
Wii because of I'd be able to play
Experience
Galaxy
a
2.
world of white knuckle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour.
Damn.
30 machines.
Oh, not Galaxy 2.
all
Yeah,
on the
Galaxy.
line
Yeah,
in
Galaxy 2.
death-defying races. Featuring the series first, machine customization and story mode. Get ready to
They have
experience
to be saving.
F-Zero
Yeah, they have to.
GX.
Because again, nothing I've
Games
seen so
that
far
support
is enough to
multiplayer,
make me want to
up to
spend
4 can
whatever
play
hundreds
together
of
locally
dollars this console
or
is going to
online.
cost.
You know, I don't even think hashtags are that hot on Blue Sky. So
Enjoy
I
these
didn't
classic
add one, but I
games with clearer image quality
I don't think I said
and higher
the GameCube is
resolution
exclusive to
than
the
the
Switch
original
2. I
release.
shouted to my past self as the portal
You
closed.
can also check the controls for each
It's
title
really good.
and customize them to your liking.
Oh my god.
More titles will be added.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Sunshine.
Andy Sunshine,
Okay,
your
Pokemon
favorite.
XD.
This
Yeah,
is
Luigi's
the Chibi
Mansion?
Robo I
Pokemon
wanted. Plug into
Coliseum?
life,
Nintendo
not the other
GameCube,
one.
Nintendo Classics.
Okay.
The Switch 2 exclusive
A
game
legal way to
library
easily play
coming to
Chibi Robo
Nintendo
on a
Switch
handheld?
Online Plus
Let's go.
expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
Okay.
And
But you
a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
she's selling out real
It can
fast.
connect wirelessly and also
She's selling out
Available for
nasty
C-button
fast.
to
Online
quickly
members?
access Game Chat.
I want that
The
thing
Nintendo
real
GameCube
bad.
controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
Run it up.
Whether you're familiar
So they're gonna
with
make me buy the
games
console, the
or haven't
camera, the
played
stupid
them
GameCube controller.
we hope you're looking forward
get
to
Switch
Nintendo
Online again.
GameCube, Nintendo Classics. Of course, you can continue to play
Yeah, and I have to get
select
Switch Online
games
again,
from
yeah.
the systems shown here on Nintendo
That's a lot of
Switch
money,
2.
Nintendo.
Okay, let's see some more.
Speaking of
We
money,
don't
they
even
haven't
know
said
how
how
much
much it
it-
costs.
yeah. I'm fearful
Insane.
now.
I'm guessing $400.
I'm guessing that 400 is pretty safe,
I
but
think 400.
Oh, Undertale. Yeah. Oh, plus Deltarune.
Oh shit, that's crazy. That's all of them right now.
I'm guessing.
I think he said it was only going up to 4. Someone in chat, I'm sure people have this fucking everything memorized about this game. Annoying fact about me. Didn't care for Undertale. Liked Deltarune quite a bit. But Undertale was set up to fail for me. I went into it. I was just in a guide. It was just kind of weird.
I still want to try it.
And I don't like the gameplay of Undertale. It's a lot more like this has. I feel like Deltarune's. I forgot what exactly. It's been so long since I played chapter 1 and 2. But yeah, I don't like the other stuff. Whatever, you know, all that. Now I do feel like I gotta replay it. That's cool. That's definitely not enough to like, you know, especially for like a mass audience. Well, actually, a lot of people like Undertale.
Borderlands 4.
Do normies play Undertale?
Flagship
No.
Borderlands game will launch
No, it's
on Nintendo
like a
Switch
artsy
two.
indie game. Yeah.
Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world
Was that
filled
Randy
with
Pitchford
wild
report?
enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and
If
it's
so, this would be
already
another one of the classic
most
Randy
ambitious
Pitchford
Borderlands
jump
game
scare
we've
of
ever made.
2025.
Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from
Don't at me
2K
about the
on
desync,
way.
guys. I don't know why it's like that.
Hi,
okay.
I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis
Marvel's
Games.
Midnight Suns?
No,
oh,
Civ.
We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Man, I would fucking love a
In
Midnight
Civ 7,
Suns.
you'll establish an empire.
Would you replay it?
guide your
No, I
people
wouldn't
through
replay
ages
it,
of
but
history.
give me another one.
Tip of the hat.
With
Oh,
the
I
mouse
don't.
controls,
I don't
players can
see anyone
enjoy a more
announcing like new
intuitive
projects
gameplay
here
experience.
for third party.
Civ 7 launches on the same
Except, well, I
day
mean, we
as
did that
Switch
indie
2.
one, so but
And if you
indie's
already
different.
own
I
the
feel like I
Nintendo
don't see
Switch
AAA.
version, you can experience mouse controls on Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade. And we have even more news from 2K.
Okay, maybe I spoke too soon.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinx.
2K basketball?
And I'm Ben Bishop. Our final announcement for today is
Oh.
that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Plus NBA
Oh, yeah,
2K
NBA
as
2K.
well. We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
Okay.
Four kids
Again, I don't know who that's for, but
Yeah, the versions have just been historically really terrible. Maybe one day they'll make them normal. If it was normal, I would play it. Like, if, I mean, I even bought one of the bad FIFAs back when it was called FIFA and not
Grave of the
UFC.
Fireflies, the game.
With this?
Or, not Grave of the Fireflies.
No, you're thinking of that book.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This
It's
is
gonna
what
drive me
we-
crazy. Chat, you gotta let me know what book this is. Y'all know what book I'm talking about. The kid with the glasses. Lord of the
Lord of the
Flies.
Flies.
Thank you.
Jeez, what is going on
Yeah,
here?
I don't know. You gotta refresh.
It's everything. Let's set sail.
Oh
Man.
no.
For home.
That's weird. Just hit live? I don't know.
Other people had it
Hi,
for you,
I'm
too.
Dave Crooks from Dodgeball.
Okay. It's an audio stream now.
It's an aim for the Gungeon's Depths in our roguelike shooter sequel.
Bro.
Now reloaded in a new 3D art
I'll
style.
look around to see if there's a maybe like
You can
Nintendo
expect some fan favorite
UK or
elements
something.
for
Or...
3D art style. You can expect some fan favorite
Yeah, the
elements for a
chat.
turn.
YouTube chat's going
We're still working
crazy.
on the game. We're excited to share more with you in the future.
You could zag and do like an AU maybe.
Development, and it's
Oh, I'm on the wrong one.
All right, well, this one's working here. No, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Nintendo,
no.
get it together. What's up?
Oh, no. This is the Civ 7.
What do you mean?
Like, it got
It went
really
back? Oh,
desynced.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
no. Fuck. Honestly, I'm secondhand stressed. No, I can't do this.
You can't have audio
I'm not-
desync if you
I'm not
don't have
even-
video.
I'm not even worried about like us and our stream. I'm
Hello,
just like, oh my
name is
god.
Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
we are
no.
delighted to bring the immersive world of the
Nintendo,
dark
this
future
is
to Nintendo
this
players
is
for the
real
first time.
sloppy.
Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world.
All right, hold on. Let's. Maybe it is us. Maybe it is local.
No, it's
Get
not.
ready to meet
I'm seeing stuff on
unforgettable
social.
characters and
But Cyberpunk's
discover
on the Switch too.
engaging
All right,
stories.
Cyberpunk.
And Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to
Oh my
Nintendo
gosh.
Switch 2.
Oh,
on
this
Wednesday.
is really bad. How did they not? Presumably, this is one of those like pre-uploaded videos, right?
I don't know, maybe not.
任天堂スイッチ2で
I don't know what this
I don't
is.
believe
I
it.
don't know why.
There's not a
インターグレードを
world where
発売いたします
they're actually doing this
本
live.
作は
Well, I guess it can't be live in the sense that they're scrubbing back.
3部作シリーズの1作目となり
Yeah, we can go to a
20
different
以上の
direct if
時
you
を経
want.
て再創
Like
作
the
され
UK
た
one or something, or
Alright,
the EU one.
FF7 を体験いただきます
Maybe just leave this tab open so we have the
スイッチ2で
option to
展開
come
す
back.
る
If...
FF7 リメイク
There you go.
シリーズにぜひメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください
A rebirth? For Ben.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ben can play Rebirth again. Maybe just try like...
Well, you said leave it open, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure if we go to home.
Yeah, like just make sure you get like the right thing. Just type it in on this bar. Oh, you can't. Cause...
Yeah. Here, maybe there's.
Nah. I could
I can just get up. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, and then just I guess keep whatever the UK one. We'll keep this in here too. That way we don't have to get up again. Yeah, let's just try UK. I mean, yeah, it's at least running. So, is this really all they have? No, they gotta do one more thing. They're definitely gonna do one more thing at least. But I don't know. They definitely have not. They've yet to bring it back to the Nintendo first party home base. They're like, there is no home base.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
GameCube. That's actually wild. I mean, historically, a lot of console launches don't have big lineups, but I feel like you need at least one more thing. Ideally, I would like 2 things. It'd be great to have like a total of 3 things. But in lieu of that, I think 2 things. 1 thing is pretty thin. Unless that 1 thing was cool. like when Switch 1 came out, when it was Breath of the Wild. That really was enough. But I don't think
even then, later that year, they had Odyssey.
Yeah, but when you know what I mean though. But like, do we know that already when it came out? I guess we did. Maybe that Odyssey was coming out.
Right? I'm like pretty sure it was later that year.
It was, but did we know that when it came out?
I guess not.
I don't remember.
Astrobot Switch 2.
This is very dark.
Was it Resident Evil? Silent Hill?
No, Sad Man
Lives
game.
of P?
Ew, I don't like this. Ew.
Oh, I can see DMC. It looks Capcom-y, so.
My blood.
Yo, speed it up, okay? Like.
I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him.
Oh my god.
To a night of moonlight.
Hurry up.
To humanity's very dusk.
This is very Jesus coded.
I know that like means something to someone. Like that was a crazy reveal. I have no idea what that symbol is. This could be Castlevania. This could be DMC. Oh.
Well, now you have my attention, even though I don't even be fucking from stuff like that, but you know, I respect the game. Oh, you really need to tell me what I'm looking at.
Yeah, like,
oh my god. I'm sure someone's going wild somewhere that's not this stream.
Like a Demon Soul, Dark Soul? Well, you played Demon Souls, right?
Demon Souls, yeah.
You'd know that.
Would I? I don't know. The only thing I know about Demon Souls is that there's my
maybe it's a new
my
IP.
blind bear for girlfriend in the thing. It would upgrade you. Oh.
A vampire From Soul game?
I've never heard anyone call it From Soul. I like this
From
weird,
Soul.
this big, got this big titty toad over here.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
Bro,
gun? You know what? Honestly, you give me a gun, I feel like I'm pairing with my gun. Ew, what's that?
Oh, is this like Bloodborne 2? Is this Bloodborne 2? Vampire Extract.
Tears will flow for one. And one alone.
Nah, the Duskbloods.
The Duskbloods. All right, close enough. You know, close enough.
Yeah, people did think it was Bloodborne 2 though. I'm looking at my feed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a little rat friend? Why is he looking at me like that?
Print lat next year though. And again,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
multi-plat. Oh,
Only on Switch
holy
2.
shit, that's crazy.
That's
You shut my
From
ass up. I was just about to
ソフトウェアさんが手掛け
say.
る完全新作タイトルです。どのようなゲームなのかについてはディレクターの宮崎さんが語るクリエイターズボイスを公開しますのでぜひご覧ください。ソフトメーカーさんのタイトルの紹介は以
As soon
上
as
で
they
す。
switch to that is
ご出演いただいた開発者の皆様、
now granted could be a time
今
exclusive,
回の発
probably
表
is.
に
I doubt
映
it's
像
gonna be
をご用
exclusive
意い
to
ただい
Switch
た
2
ソフトメ
forever.
ーカーの
But
皆様、
I mean, maybe. Who
It
knows?
could be, yeah.
If Nintendo got the money.
yeah, Nintendo they said throw that money at the problem. Throw that money at the problem.
多くのゲーム開発を進めていただいています。
That's
今後
pretty
もたくさん
wild.
のタイトルをご紹介していきますのでお楽しみに。
God, that's all you guys had? Fucking
続いては
anyway.
こちらの映像をご覧
Okay,
く
thank
だ
you.
さ
Yeah,
い。
show me a little something. Give me just a treat. Give me a
Back
little.
to first party too. I
Give
think.
me a little treat. Give me that Mario. Give me that Mario, and you know what? I'll say, hey, whatever. It's not Mario, I don't think, because that drop didn't seem like Mario. Kirby? It seems like Kirby right now. That's Kirby's star.
Yeah, but is this like another Smash announcement or something?
Could be like a Smash thing. Now I don't know if it's Kirby because it looks a little funky. Yeah, it's Kirby. Okay, cool. He is.
It's
There he
Kirby,
is.
but I'm not convinced it's
Kirby
Kirby.
Air Ride?
Oh, Kirby Air Ride 2 would be cool.
But with Mario
But they're coming
Kart?
out with Mario Kart.
No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense.
You give me a new Kirby game.
I think it's Smash.
And I could, I could squint a bit and pretend it's like something
I'm going
at
Smash.
the level that I'd like.
Fuck, I'm gonna use Air Ride.
No, wait, why would they fucking
For
do Air Ride
2026?
when you already did Mario Kart though, right next to each other?
For 2026.
It looks like Air Ride. It does look really fucking nice though. And I got to boot up Air Ride the other day. Did not look this good.
Hey man,
at
this
all.
is CG, alright? Let's see
No,
the
here's
game.
the cutscene. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it's Kirby Air Ride.
Which I like Air Ride. Just nothing. Okay.
Right.
I was gonna say
A twist. Okay, you still have I think like 2 minutes left to show me something else. Okay, shout out to Sakura. You know, like do your big one. You know.
Okay, this year. This year? What is this
任天堂ゲー
going
ムキューブの
on?
カービィのエアライド
Nintendo.
以来22年ぶりに完全新作が登場します。桜井さんが手掛ける
Here's the thing about Air
エ
Ride
アライダー
though.
に
Everyone tells me that it's not
ぜひご期待
actually
くださ
a
い。
very good game, and that's just kind of like cute.
I mean, it was very much like an
次が
arcade
最後
kind
の映
of
像となります。
fun time,
ご覧
not
ください。
necessarily a good time.
Alright, we're looking at something else. Banjo-Kazooie? No, that doesn't make any sense, but there's stuff with eyes. So I just think Banjo when I see stuff with eyes. But that wouldn't make any sense. There's a cart.
Is it Banana Mario
Donkey
Kart- or
Kong?
Donkey Kong?
I hope it's Donkey Kong.
Fucking
Ultra Freeze?
God.
Open World Donkey Kong?
Ingot Isle.
Ingot Isle.
There's
Fuck,
monkeys,
if I knew lore
so you got
more,
Donkey
I would
Kong.
know.
Or-
I would have been able to shout this out.
It's gotta be Donkey Kong.
Sure.
Yeah. The children yearn for the money.
Now, be a regular game though. Why he love the movie? I don't like that he loved the movie. Donkey Kong the movie, the game? The Sonicification of Donkey Kong?
Oh wait, his face is weird.
Yeah, he looks like the old school Donkey Kong, which also looks like the movie Donkey Kong.
I wanted a new
Okay.
Nintendo 3D platformer.
Okay.
This is not what I wanted.
Okay. Dig Dug Core.
Oh my
The
God.
Astrobotfication of Donkey Kong? It does kind of give Astrobot. Like, level design gives Astrobot. Which I know Astrobot's not like, oh, I didn't invent fucking making a level. But, like, at the same time, stuff with eyes. Only Kofu would do stuff with eyes. So, I'm definitely down for this. It doesn't... Honestly, I would be a little bit more excited with the 2D, only because it's more familiar to me. This does look nice and fun. But it also looks kind of sluggish. But I know, Isaiah, I know you're hating ass to say he's always slow. He doesn't move. He can really jump. But I like Donkey Kong, okay?
I'm glad you like it.
A big banana. Okay, this is cool. Donkey Kong, here's the thing. I love Donkey Kong. He ain't at the level of, I did really want like a Mario, like a tier, S tier Nintendo franchise. And Donkey Kong's more of like an A. Or B if you want to be a, really petty. Well, I think in terms of like kind of clout and prestige is what I'm talking about more so than like, I get that you don't like Donkey Kong, but it's like.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I feel like B tier is more like Luigi's Mansion. I think you got to put Donkey Kong in A. Like he's pretty much, he's not. Okay, cool. I wish you didn't put the date all like.
Well, it's the UK stream.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My bad. That was culturally insensitive stream. I'm like, why's the date all fucked up? With incredible strength, smash through enemies. Okay. Walls. The ground. I mean, I do like a big indestructible environment.
詳細は改めてお伝えしますのでお楽しみに。
ここまでご覧いただきあり
So
がとうござい
far,
ま
what's
す。
left? Show it to me.
改めてになりますが、
Nintendo
Switch 2の発売日は6月5日
They
で
gotta give us the price too. So.
Yeah.
す。最後に発売する本体のご紹介です。
Are there options at launch?
まずは
The Super
Nintendo
Switch
Switch 2の本体です。これに加えダウンロード版のマリオカートワールドがセットになった本体も発売します。
Okay, makes sense. Bundle.
詳しくはダイレクト終了後に公開する公式ホームページをご覧ください。
Me running to Nintendo Switch
駆け足になり
2 later
ましたが
today.
今回お伝えす
You
る
guys are
内
a
容は
fucking
以上に
coward.
なり
You
ます
have
Say the
to.
price?
Where's the
発売まで
price?
もうしばらくお待ちいただくことになりますが
Bro, it comes out in like 3 months. What is
皆さん
the
にご体験い
price?
ただけることを
They said you don't
今
wanna
から
know.
とても楽しみにしています。
最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。
Wow.
Not even 3 months, 2 months.
Boo. Tomato, tomato, throwing tomatoes.
Bro, you got 60 days and you guys didn't give us a
That's
prize.
so fucked up of them. That's actually like y'all are fucking
Dying.
wild for that. No, that's wild. Me typing on my blog.
This is wild.
That's like unhinged. Well, that's a sour note to end
That
on.
is an incredibly shocking end.
Do you wanna scrub through and look back on stuff? Do you wanna? Well, actually, let's just do a. Are you just looking back at something specific?
I'm trying to make sure that it,
Oh, the
like,
stuff that we missed.
or just see like if it's all fixed.
Oh yeah, the old one. I think so.
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
Isaiah, what did you think of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct for the Cure?
I mean, so I went into this expecting either nothing at all, like, next to nothing. It was going to be kind of like the reveal trailer kind of thing, or they were throwing everything at it, giving us all the information of everything. Somehow they found the middle between the two, where like they gave me things, but they didn't give me the things I most wanted. Yeah.
That autoplay.
Yeah, autoplay.
Back to Nintendo E3 2021 with Doug Bowser. Okay.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. I've never wanted to be more excited for like something Nintendo. Like, I'm not excited, but I want to be excited.
Am I excited? I'm excited in a technical sense, which is like the worst way.
That is the worst way.
I think so. When this started, maybe it's like the delusion of waking up so early to cover this direct, but when it kicked off, I was like, yeah, like we're learning about the console. You're giving me information. I see your vision. We
don't even have a price.
Am I bought into the vision? I gotta be honest, not fully, but I respect it because I think it is filling a need.
What need? This is a pro console more than a sequel.
Well, no, I mean when I'm speaking specifically to like its kind of stream voice chat integration. Like I think that is filling a need that like Nintendo has had for a long time. Like Nintendo hasn't had voice chat in their games like ever.
Have you needed it though? When do you use it? Never.
I can't use it. It doesn't exist.
You don't use it on other consoles, on other platforms.
Yeah, but I have the option to, and I use voice chat sometimes, not a lot, because I don't play multiplayer games that often. But Splatoon 2, yeah, that could use voice chat. Yeah, so I think, and also like just because it's a feature that I don't really use doesn't mean that's not needed. It's just like something I'm not personally invested in. And I think the way they're doing it, Nintendo is like has such a focus on like family friendliness and child safety. I think they've like found a cool way. Like a lot of kids, and I don't, neither of us have kids, and we're not around kids very often. But what I hear from like the streets of the children, and from parents that talk about it, is like a lot of kids, they want to do. Kids idolize, like nerdy gamer kids, they idolize and love streamers. They love Twitch. And I think this gives them like a way to play in that space and be in that space without, just like streaming online or going in Discord, which can be like definitely.
Sure.
It's not really a child friendly Discord. I mean, Discord itself is like at least a 13+ platform, maybe older. But yeah, this lets them kind of do that in a
hang with their friends,
allegedly safe way. Again, we have to kind of look into, I haven't, thought more carefully on like that aspect of it, like the parental controls and all that, but I think that's really cool. And also like the younger generation loves FaceTime. Like they love doing that. So I could see that being like really huge and a really big thing. I think it is a positive thing. Like now, what does it work? We'll start to unpack more of that later. But like, even though I'm not thinking, oh my God, I'm going to jump on, bootleg Discord with my friends. One, I might, just because now I have the option. And two, well, if I buy the camera, I have the option. I mean, you can do it without the camera, but then you won't have like the picture. So I think that's cool. Again, is it like wildly exciting to me? Not in the inherent, like not for me personally, but I think it's cool. Like it is a good thing. The mouse thing is cool to a degree. I don't think they did a good job showing off use cases for it, but I think because the use cases aren't that exciting, like Civ, you can click.
I think they did show a lot of use cases for it. It's just none of them are incredibly enticing. Well, like there's some stuff that was really
I think the
cool.
stuff that's most enticing they actually didn't show, which is just the fact that like when you play a game like Civ, you can use a mouse. But like it's hard to show that and make it look exciting because it's like, yeah, it's a mouse. Like we were playing. I would have loved to play. We're playing Case of Golden Idol now. Playing that on Switch 2 would be great because then we could just have the mouse.
I was literally thinking that same thing. Top Shelf like this. I think them not showing the price is indicative of how expensive it's going to be.
Yeah. No, I think so too. Like this has to be like $1 million.
I am no longer sold on the 400. I'm leaning more 5.
5 would be
5+.
Scary. 5+ is scary. 5 is really scary to think of, but it could be. It could be. Yeah.
In my head, after everything we've seen so far today, I'm writing this off as a Switch Pro and less of a like Switch sequel kind of thing. And that's just me personally, right? To me, this is like nothing here is
okay. I think we got price confirmation from business websites. I guess they got a separate news release. Yeah, $500 for that Mario Kart bundle, $449 for just the console. But let me look at this myself so I can get a proper source. Or direct source, and not just someone on Blue Sky telling me I saw this.
My uncle works at Nintendo, believe me.
Yeah, they said, oh, like, yeah, if you could Google around for it,
bro.
Yeah, for The Verge, the Nintendo Switch 2 arrives in June. Okay, it doesn't matter.
On June 5th.
On June 5th. Yeah, you're right. On June 5th for $449.99. Cool. I I feel like at that price, unless you're like it's gonna be $600, they should have. I don't give a fuck if it was $1,000 and it was not your fault. I think you need to set your price in your fucking announcement for your console. I think it's slimy not to.
It is.
And that's it. I think it is not cool. I have nothing but negative things to say about that. I don't think there's any justification for not sharing your price. You're willing to charge it. You won't tell me what it is. I think that's messed up. But it does serve them. So, and that's what they care about. They are a company.
What was the original Switch launch price?
That's a great question. I want to say $299.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me, even inflation, that was like 7-8 years ago or something like that. I'm not sold on this upgrade. I'm not sold on the upgrade. At least not in like year one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but you should never upgrade in year one unless you just are thirsty.
Well, I think there are reasons. Like again, I think there are reasons. There are ways to sell an upgrade in year one that I think this just fell short for me.
Maybe, but I feel like, I don't know, when you got your PS5, was it just because the PS4 sounded like a jet engine? Because there wasn't really anything that the PS5 was offering that was enticing. And I said that I got my PS5. I mean, I got through work, so that was cool. But even if I didn't, I would have bought day one. Because I'm just a day one person, because I like console gaming enough to be day one, even though you don't give me a reason.
I think for me, it was...
PlayStation.
Oh no, they had Spider-Man. That was day one.
Yes.
They had announced Ratchet. That was at least launch window, if not also.
Is Rift Apart exclusive to PS5?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that.
And then they had also like talked about like the sort of first year stuff. I think God of War was announced at that point, like Ragnarok and a couple other items like titles.
Yeah, but isn't Ragnarok also on PS4? Or is it as exclusive to
PS5? Is it?
The PS5 exclusive games list. Exclusive games list. I'm sure someone.
No, I guess maybe it is PS4.
Now, granted, the PS4 sounded like a jet engine by the end, so I feel like that was my reason. I was like, you could make nothing. I just don't want this dusty PS4 anymore. But yeah, PS5 only games. There's not that many. There's like, I'm glancing at Wikipedia. There's like 24. We got Astrobot and Astro's Playroom, which Astro's Playroom was a launch thing, but it's a tiny little demo-y game. It's not like a full game. So I don't think anyone was like, I want a console to play Astro's Playroom, even though Astro's Playroom is great, but it's very small. For notable exclusive titles that like you would care about, Ghost of Yotai, which isn't out yet. Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is a VR game. Yeah, that's like it for stuff that you would like care about, knowing your tastes and sensibilities.
Yeah.
So there's like no exclusives for PS5 even now.
Huh.
So what say you? I don't think that means you have to buy a Switch.
No, I mean, I guess that's fair.
But I think you having bought the PS5 is exactly why people are going to buy the Switch too. And plus, you get Mario Kart, which is exclusive.
I'm definitely not saying people aren't going to buy the Switch 2. I think it's Nintendo.
Well,
so anything
Nintendo
what's
puts out about it. You're like, why would I do this? It's like, well, you get an upgrade.
Now, Switch 2 isn't sounding like Switch.
No.
Switch 1. I can tell you that for sure.
Well, Switch 1 had a lot more going for it. It was much cheaper. It was like a revitalization into the company. It had the greatest game of all time launched on it, which also was totally multi-platform. So on a technical level, there were no exclusives for Switch 1 when it launched. And as much as I think both things can be true, and I think it's important for us to hold space for both things, which is this launch lineup is not that exciting, but 2 launch lineups are rarely exciting. They just are rarely exciting. That's just true of it's been true my whole life. And there are definitely ones that are better and like golden moments of launch lineups, but yeah, I still am a little bummed that, and I forgot, when's that Donkey Kong game come out? Does it come out with the console? No, right? It comes out July, the Donkey Kong game. I think it's July. I don't think it's with the console.
Yeah, I think it was like July 27th or something like that.
But yeah, for me, that the worst case scenario was only Mario Kart. To me, the best case scenario was Mario Kart and like an S tier Nintendo game, which at this point is
July
genuinely
17th.
just, I think, just Mario and just Zelda. Again, S tier has to be S tier for a reason. I don't think there's another franchise they have. Maybe Pokemon. I know it's not totally Nintendo. It's like whatever. Is maybe in that S tier in a way. I think at least for clout. Again, I'm talking both quality but also clout. Like the holy shit that like everyone's locked in. You're paying attention. It's not as taste based. Like pretty much everyone likes Mario. Everyone likes Zelda. And those are like their heavy hitters. They're like, you know, when they have their Game of the Year games, it tends to be a Mario. It tends to be a Zelda. That kind of thing. But I would put Donkey Kong. I think I might put Donkey Kong in that A tier, maybe B. But then at that point, what are we putting in A? What are we putting in B? Because it's definitely above like Luigi's Mansion, which I would put like in that lower tier. I love Luigi's Mansion. And I think those games are fantastic, but they're not. Asses are not in the seats for Luigi's Mansion. It is for me because I love Luigi's Mansion. Similar Metroid is also I think in that A, probably A tier, maybe B, depending on popularity wise.
Sure.
Which is not like I'm excited about that. That would excite me about a console like a new Luigi. But like I get that that is not a big everyone's excited for this kind of game. So this is like in the middle. Again, I still think they're slamming for the pricing. That thing is that sucks. But you know, I don't have anything new to add to that. That is what it is. Yeah, so it's less than what I wanted, but it's a smidge more than what I feared. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I definitely after they kind of stopped talking about hardware, I cooled a lot on this direct where it was like, oh, you don't really have a lot more for me, but you are still here talking to me. No shade to Deltarune. I do think that's a good pool and that's an exciting one and that's cool. It's been a very anticipated game in like the indie space. It's a, you know, really accomplished team. Same with Hades 2, but I think honestly the early access of Hades 2 kind of takes the piss out of the excitement around the thing for me a little bit, where it's like I kind of feel like it's already out.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting for like 1.0, but on Bonanza, you can tell they start on Bonanza. Bonanza.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
See, you forgot the name already.
Yeah, I didn't know what I didn't. The name doesn't stick out to me. I'm like Bonza. I'm like Bazinga. I'm like, what is it saying? I think it is. I think that Donkey Kong game. I am excited for that Donkey Kong game. Again, with what they showed, it's a little hard for me to wrap my head around it. Even though it's like, what do you mean? It's just like a world. Like it's like how is that? It's not hard for me to wrap my head around. Like it's complicated. It's hard for me to get a sense of how excited should I be for this? Because it's not like I don't play Donkey Kong thinking, you know what I want? Open level scape. Like it's just not what Donkey Kong offers. Except for like Donkey Kong 64, which everyone says that game sucks. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, and it's open. Versus like a Mario, it's like a contextual thing for me. Contextually, that's not an exciting element to the franchise. I love Donkey Kong, so I do think the game will be good, maybe even great. But yeah, it's not Zelda and it's not Mario. But you only have one Zelda and you only have one Mario, and I knew we weren't gonna get a Zelda, which only leaves us with Mario. And the odds of us getting Mario is not 100% chance of Mario. You know, you only get Mario every now and then. So I'm
gonna be honest. I expected a Mario. I really did.
I would say I expected a Mario as well, but I'm not. The idea of us not getting one, statistically speaking, like I can't be too shocked because it's just like that only comes every now and then. But this would be the time to do it. I mean, it's your console launch. But then Switch 1, he wasn't there.
And
we needed him the most. He had it.
Well, no, he came year one. He wasn't at launch. Yes. We didn't get anything. We didn't get an announcement, a trailer, a hat, a teaser, nothing. It was like, oh man, really? We got it launches in June, and June is also Summer Games Fest. Maybe there'll be some
right in the fucking center.
Maybe there'll be some more game announcements for this year. I doubt it.
We need to have rewatched the Switch 1 last night to really like have it prepared.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But that being said, again, I don't think that means even if the Switch 1, you look back and it was like dry as hell. Well, one, we're talking about now, so it's kind of irrelevant. But two, this goes back to what I said, where I kind of always want more, but I am rarely satiated by a console's launch lineup or launch plans even. You know, even I'll throw the plans in there too. It is rare for me to be like, it's hit after hit after hit. Like, it just doesn't, it's just not really what it provides. That being said, still kind of bummed that we don't get like a Mario or something. Like, we don't have like I think it's a little head-ass to be like, we have so much on this. Although I will say something we haven't talked about, the FromSoft thing is, I know it's 2026. That is a huge pull.
Yeah.
That is a huge deal.
Yeah.
I know it's not like our kind of game, but yeah, I don't know if you have, you know.
I mean, I think for the weird people who are like, I don't know how many Nintendo, I don't know the Venn diagram of Nintendo fans and From fans. You know what I mean? I have to imagine that there's obviously some overlap.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that like there are going to be people like, you know, an Andy or someone like that who's like, oh, I'm all for it. I'm there day one. We're playing it. We're streaming it. Whatever. But I don't know how many of those people are like really clamoring for that, especially when we're getting, what is it, Night Rain? The Elden
We already
Rings?
have Night Rain, don't we? Didn't it come out already?
I don't.
It came out already. People are definitely playing it. Well, they made the test. Yeah, maybe just the test is out. It comes out.
Okay, yeah, May 30th. So like is coming out before this,
Yes.
but barely before this. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I think
are
there's
people going to
definitely-
be just happy with Night Rain on a more powerful?
I think there's definitely some sickos
platform
that
and
would spend
everything, you know?
$500 to play a new FromSoft game. Now, I don't think
Yeah, but I don't think
there's
there's enough.
statistically relevant sickos.
Yeah, here's a sicko who paid $500 for
But the
anything.
thing is, you can't have your console just be. I mean, obviously, again, Mario's always gonna like move because it's Mario. It was the same with Mario Kart. Again, I think Mario Kart it do be moving.
Honestly, that's the best game I've seen so far.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
it
hate
looks
Mario
great.
Kart.
It looks great. I know you hate Mario Kart. You know, we can't all have good taste all the time. I understand.
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
I have my good games that I hate as well. When I don't get it, it's dumb. Yeah, Mario Kart's awesome. It looks great. I'm very excited for that, and I will happily play the hell out of that. So shout out to not fumbling the Mario Kart bag. I think to your point with what is the statistical relevance of a Switch exclusive FromSoft game? To me, you can't look at these things as isolated because they work together. You know, and I know it's kind of like, well, is the FromSoft head like now going to play Mario Kart? Like maybe, yeah, like, you know, like sometimes you need to, what's a good metaphor for it? It's like you need to be putting lines out there. That's how you make your console appealing. Like there are system sellers, and we talk about them like system sellers, but system sellers are not that common. There aren't that many games that have the clout to system sell. Frankly, I do think Mario Kart is very up there. As a system seller, people buy the fuck out of Mario Kart. And people are going to be buying this Mario Kart even before they have the Switch 2, which is insane. So there's that. 2, it's like the death of 1,000 cuts. Like having stuff like Night Rain, that's also like, wow, you can pull like a developer like FromSoft to make a game exclusive to your console. That's going to get people to pay attention. You know, we've been watching the Apple TV On Sides docuseries. And when they talk about getting players and getting like Messi and stuff, it's like, yeah, and getting like certain coaches, it's like, it starts to seem like a viable option. Oh, wait, you're going over there? I didn't know they had people like this coming over. Maybe I have to be over there. And that helps. That's how you build a good console ecosystem. Also, something we forgot to mention, again, not putting asses in the seats. And also kind of weird. GameCube on Switch too. It's like, okay, it's not enough for me to be like, my head's on a swivel, I'm, you know, whatever. Because I just frankly, I like having those games more than I like playing them, which I think is true for a lot of people. But it is like a positive thing. Though I don't know, like, do people read that as Switch 2, yay, getting GameCube? Or they're withholding GameCube to Switch 2? I don't know how, if it's read more as a negative. Like, the idea of member exclusive stuff per console is a little funky. Hasn't really been done before. I'm not mad at it, but I don't know if I love it either.
Sure. I am excited for this Bravely Default.
The Bravely Default.
Yeah.
Bravely Default's remaster. Flying Fairy.
But I also don't know if this is exclusive to Switch 2.
I don't know.
Available on Switch 2 launch day.
I don't think it's exclusive. It doesn't sound exclusive.
It doesn't sound
I think they would have said it was
exclusive.
exclusive if it was. I will say it is wild for Nintendo to be. Well, I guess not really. How much is the PS5?
500.
It is wild to think of like Nintendo to have a console that expensive. And I'm curious how much, like, to what degree do the tariffs play a role in that? That's the story that I'm going to be waiting for people to write up. People that are, more news and research oriented than me, because I am curious how much that impacts it. Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot of shmoney. It's a lot of the blooms. I will say the price definitely could be worse. I think 500 is the highest you can go without me being like, bro, that's sick nasty. For Nintendo specifically. But I am curious, like, so much of Nintendo's power has been its price point, and for them not to have that anymore, it does worry me for the
why is it exclusive? I guess for this reason.
Yes, exactly. And now look at and just like that, again, it's not going to shift so much that you're going to want to buy it for where you're at. And then again, I'm going to get it, so you don't need it. But this is how you shift conversations. Oh, it is? Oh, man, damn. Everyone I know is everyone's out there. And suddenly you're that meme from SpongeBob, right? You're looking out the window and everyone's having fun. But yeah, like, I don't think anyone would say Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster is a system seller. And I'm not saying it's selling you on the system, but you looked at it and you got salty that you can't play it, and that's what they need.
Yeah.
But there's also, again, there is a sector of the audience, like myself, it's not a huge sector, but they're like, I'm gonna be there regardless. That's why I do what I do, Yeah. And obviously part of that is my job. But honestly, even without my job, I would be buying this for Mario Kart specifically.
Really?
Straight fucking up. I love Mario Kart.
Really?
I love Mario Kart. You might not know this about me because like, you don't see me play Mario Kart for like 32 hours.
Did you even buy 8?
On the Switch? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have. I'm like 9.
I didn't even see that in your little library of icons.
I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm like, the reason it's hard to remember now, I haven't played my Switch in so long. Yeah, I'm like 99.9% sure I have that game. Yeah, I would not have it. When it came out on Wii U, I played the fuck out of it on Wii U. That was back when you had to unlock the courses. And me and Maggie spent that entire day, because you had to, like, place at certain things to like unlock the courses. We spent that entire day playing Mario Kart straight, dead ass, like 8 hours. We played so much of it that I remember Edwin, my brother Edwin, left for work. He came back. We were still playing. Like, he worked like a shift at like Walgreens at the time. We got the I forgot what they called it at the time, but the DLC packs. We bought those on the Wii U. Then we bought the game on Switch that came with the DLC included, and the course is already unlocked when the Switch came out. I would play online like a bunch. Like, the online was really fun to race against other people. It was competitive as hell. Everyone was really fucking good at that game when they play online. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'd play the side stuff, the multiplayer, like cops and robbers kind of mini game and all that. That game is fucking fantastic, and I've been dying for just a new Mario Kart, but they haven't made a new Mario Kart in a really, really long time. So this is like a big deal, but it's also something we knew already before today. So I don't think, we do know more about the game, and I think that it is worth talking about the game. But yeah, like, I love Mario Kart, and yes, I would $500 for Mario Kart. Yep, I would do it. I could be working at an office and I'd be playing that Mario Kart.
That's insane to me.
And the only thing that sucks about Mario Kart is that you don't like Mario Kart because I can't play with you, because I love racing against people. I love racing against people. I'll have to just invite Edwin over and race against him or whatever. But yeah, Mario Kart's fucking dope. Dun 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 dun. Bam, bam, bam. It's fucking seared into my mind. Yeah.
Jeez. All right. I didn't know that about you.
Love Mario Kart. Yeah, because you know, when we got together, it was already in the midst of the Switch existing.
Sure.
So, I didn't play it as much as I did, off the rip or whatever. And again, I played it a fuck ton on the Wii U. So I'm like, this is the same fucking Mario Kart. And y'all late to Mario Kart because you didn't buy a Wii U, but what are you gonna, I couldn't sell the Wii U, so whatever.
Nintendo couldn't sell the Wii U.
Yeah.
No one could sell the Wii U.
I tried really hard. Everyone was trying. We tried. Yeah, no, I love Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart.
How do you feel? Like, are you, obviously, you already said you're like a day one.
Yeah.
Try to get it if you can, but as soon as you can get it, you're gonna get it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are you more excited now that you've seen this kind of like direct? Are you less excited? Are you about the same excited? Is it what you expected? Like clearly this was not for me. This was not a direct for me. There was a chance that it could have been for me, but it wasn't.
Well, it's for you and they failed because it's for everyone.
So let's focus on you.
But it's supposed to be. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Let's focus on you.
Okay,
let's
sure.
let's keep this positive. How are you feeling?
Can you rephrase the question? You said like, so am I more or less excited than when I
Are
went
you
in?
more
That's
or less
tough.
excited for?
It's so tough. Honestly, the price point is a big L for me. And I don't care if it's not their fault. I don't care whose fault it is. Money's money. Doesn't change how much the stuff costs. If this was $400, that would be less of a ding for me. $5 is really high. So that's rough.
Pretty high.
But I do like Donkey Kong, and that's a plus. I think I'm almost the same level of excited, which is to say that like I'm gonna get it, but I'm not like I don't feel it's not that I'm not happy about it, but we're not gonna have what we had for the Switch 1, which I kind of knew we weren't going to. That was lightning in a bottle. Having Breath of the Wild, like that's like kind of insane of a pull. And there was so much that was new about the Switch 1. There was so much magic in the Switch 1 that we're not gonna recapture that. So yeah, I mean it's tough. I definitely wish I was more excited because I wish there was just like at least one other thing. I really needed a little bit more, especially for launch. Because what I think about with these launch consoles and games is I think about what's that experience that we're having at launch. And I do think the experience at launch, especially with Mario Kart, they didn't really talk about is there a formal campaign or not, or is it just like free roam fun? Mario Kart's not. It's a great game. I love Mario Kart.
Do they ever have campaigns, like
No.
proper campaigns?
No,
Okay. I
but
didn't think so.
but with this being kind of like a different format, it's like, oh, maybe they'll have like other stuff. So it does seem like there might be more to do in this game than like just the racing. But I think about when you're opening up the console and you're like, I'm gonna play my new console. What is that experience like? And I do think this experience is it's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. Even with the upgrades. I feel like even with me not finishing Tears of the Kingdom, it's like I guess I'll boot that up, but it's like I'm not really excited to boot it up necessarily. So that's definitely an L. The Mario Kart is really going to be the big thing. Yeah, I wanted more. I didn't need more because I'm going to be there regardless, but I wanted more because I can't really envision an exciting first weekend with my Switch. You bring your baby Switch home from the hospital, Switch 2, and you're trying to bond with it. I feel like I don't have a lot to bond over. And that's tough. And frankly, the PS5 did have a similar thing, but it had some stuff. I think definitely, even though it was multi-platform, the freaking Spider-Man was definitely a dub. Astro's Playroom was a dub. I'm not sure if there's something else that I played on there during that time. It was so long ago, it's hard for me to remember.
Sure.
And then I remember with the Xbox Series X, that was the worst console launch I experienced because I literally felt like I had nothing. I really felt like I had nothing. And I was like, what do I play? I guess do I open Game Pass? And like, that's not me trying to, console warrior it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just genuinely like the experience I had where PS5 definitely not a strong launch lineup. And then definitely, if it's on PS4, I don't have a problem with multi-platform. You're always gonna do multi-platform for most stuff because that's just good business. So I've kind of just accepted that as like whatever. And I feel like I can still have. My fun isn't less because people can play Spider-Man on PS4, so I don't really have a beef with that for like a launch experience, but it's part of like what is that new, that newness, that fucking rip the package open vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And like with Xbox, I really had nothing. I don't think someone in chat correct me like on what was there. I don't remember them being like having literally anything that was even just like, well, this is the new game that's on Xbox right now. Like it was very like, I wanted to spend time with my Series X, and I felt like I didn't have a way to do that.
Sure.
And with a Nintendo Switch, I feel like I have one way to do that, really, which is the Mario Kart game. The GameCube games, but it's like, am I really going to be running over to the GameCube games? Like,
sure.
Not really, because it's like, that's not going to be new stuff for me to report on that, in terms of like, this isn't even just from a content perspective, but like from a player perspective, like that feeling of like, again, I'm bonding with my new console just Mario Kart, it's like it's not really the kind of game that you can like sink your teeth into as deeply.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably will still put some sicko hours in that because it's like something to do. And then, oh my god, let's talk about this thing. What the fuck is this Nintendo? This is
This is Astro's Playroom.
Maybe,
but you have to buy it.
maybe, because anything's possible. I'll fucking eat my words, and there's something really cool here. I don't think it's not even a game, right? It's like a museum. It's a museum that you pay entry for. It's a digital museum.
You can
about
learn
a console
about
that just
the
came
hardware.
out. Like this, even this, like this is honestly one of the biggest low-key disappointments in this direct because I thought Once You Switch was stupid and I didn't buy it and I don't think it's interesting. But at least it was something. And it was something you could do. And if you wanted to, again, have, what are you experiencing? Part of the magic of the launch, too, is you'll be buying and playing shit that you never give a fuck about because it's just something to do. Even this, I'm like, I'd rather do nothing. Like, literally, like, what am I even going to, and what are you even going to talk about, like, for this game? Oh, yeah, have you heard about how the magnets work? Like, what is the conversation? There's, like, nothing here. At least with Once You Switch, you can say, yeah, so how was it? Oh, I invited some people over and, you know, I had my non-gamer friends playing and they could talk about it or whatever.
Had a standoff and everything.
And again, was it good? Like, probably not really, I don't think. People didn't really seem like they were ass in the seats for Once You Switch, but it was something. Yeah, and I guess, you know what? The other thing I guess we can sink our teeth into is Deltarune. That is something. But again, it's very specific.
Did you play, like, parts?
I played chapters 1 and 2. Yeah, I probably just replay them at this point because it's been so long.
Sure.
That's definitely something. It's not nothing, but I just feel like
Jamboree.
I think we're missing. I don't need more, but I desperately wanted more.
I mean, this is the Switch 2 is probably going to be like the definitive way to play Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Do
we have a date on this yet?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think too, and like obviously, you know, development's hard, blah blah blah. But like, there's so much shit that would ate up this lineup. But it's just not ready yet. Bless you.
Thank
like
you.
Prime, for instance. Like, you know how this launch lineup could be dope? Mario Kart, Prime, new Pokemon. That would have fucking ate up. And then, you know, again, no shade to Deltarune, but it's just like, you know, it's not, I'm talking about Nintendo games too. Like, it's like a Nintendo console. But none of these things are ready right now. And Donkey Kong. That would have been fucking killer lineup. Where it's like, okay, we have so many things to spend time with. It's almost too many. You know, like that would have been really cool, but we don't have that. So it's like when do we have a ZA launch date? I think we do, right? I hope we do.
I think we have a launch window just like later this year. I don't think we have a date, which to me means that like, okay, they're clearly going to do at least some other direct.
And we do have that that winter is also, is that when the Elden Ring game comes out? Not Elden Ring, but FromSoft. No, that's 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think honestly though, to your point, and maybe they just don't have enough windows for this stuff, it would have been nice to have like a look at the year ahead of the windows and maybe another direct date or something for some of these updates on these games. Yeah, obviously it's hard to have stuff ready all at the same time or like hold stuff and all that, but it just feels like I think there's answers here, but they're not ready now, so it's hard to get excited about them. Like, I don't associate Prime 4 with Switch 2 yet, even though it's totally gonna be a Switch 2 game.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it on Switch 2. Yeah, and then this didn't look good. Didn't look fun. Also, can you go back a little bit? Maybe even just pause on that like gameplay of they show like the mice and then the whatever. So many things with this. Okay, so like just pause it when the gameplay comes up. When you play with a mouse, you don't play with two mice. I guess I'll go a little bit further actually, just let it play. Where it has that's the part I want. You don't play with two mice in video games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. In what ergonomic situation is this?
You fucking bring out the fucking the Nintendo table, and then the other thing too is this game that we're looking at, right? This like wheelchair basketball game. I forgot the name of the actual game.
Accessible Rocket League.
This game. If this game existed on other consoles, which it might at some point, you know, I don't know. I forgot who develops this. It would never be played with a mouse at all.
No.
Because it's just not good. It doesn't feel good to play something like this with a mouse. It just doesn't.
This is a tech demo game for sure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But it's a tech demo for like a use case that isn't even fun. Like, and that's the problem with it, where it's like, you know, at least I think what they're doing with Jamboree TV, which we should, even though I don't give a fuck about Jamboree, because I don't think Jamboree is very good. And Isaiah hates Mario Party, so I'm not going to get to play Jamboree anyway because I'm not going to play with the AI like a fucking only child.
Well, you can play online. You have to get it. It seems like you're going to sign up for Nintendo Online. You can play with your friends.
I don't think Bless has hit me up like, yo, hop on Mario Party real quick.
Yeah.
If you didn't, hey, Bless, you have my information. Just, whatever. But also, like, Jamboree just isn't that good. And that's the thing about me too. And I'm not trying to say like this is gonna sound very snobby of like I only like games when they're good. But like I love Mario Kart. I haven't loved every Mario Kart. I loved 8 a lot. I liked the some of the older ones, but I didn't like Double Dash on the GameCube, really. I didn't like the gimmick of the Switch and the different weights of the characters. I didn't think it was bad, but I wasn't like enamored with it in the way that I was with Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is really my like I was raised in that Mario Kart. But yeah, I think the problem with this game, it's like, yeah, like it's not, and I haven't played it, so maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like, you wouldn't play it in this way.
I don't get
it's
a
not like
sense
you don't want, like I don't want
good.
that. I don't want to just like I get why this is what it is. They're like, we want you to use which I guess both sides work, which is good. Shout out to left-handed people out here. You have a mouse, but it's like, oh yeah, like it can show you that we have mice in these controllers. But the act of doing that, I mean, it is physically reminiscent of the motion of fucking rolling wheels, right?
Yeah.
But it's like weird immersion for immersion's sake. It's not actually like there's ways to do tech demos where they are fun. And even though 1-2 Switch I don't think is a banger game, it's replicating fun. It's reminiscent of fun. It's kind of got like a vibe, whatever. Oh, turns out Shuhei Yoshida did make it for the min-max thing then.
Cool.
Unrelated content review. I work at MinMax for those who don't know. And TLDR for the reaction, they were trying to get Shuhei Yoshida on it, but we didn't announce it ahead of time because we're like, what if something happens and he can't make it? And then that's really awkward. And then whatever. So we like just didn't really announce it ahead of time. But that's really fun. Anyway. I guess like I scrub through things that we haven't talked about because I totally forgot about this game. Which again, I don't think this is going to be a game we talk about a lot in life, but it was something that they, again, the answers can be bad. That is like it's got to be exclusive because the Switch 2 thing. But yeah, and I don't know why Nintendo's allergic to just a packing game. Why am I paying for this fuck ass museum?
I mean, the last time they did it, you hated it. So
what was their packing game?
Wii Sports.
Yeah, but I didn't have a Wii. I just didn't like the Wii. I wasn't mad at. I'm not mad at Wii Sports being a packing game.
They lost you. They're like,
I'm not even mad at Wii
losing our
Sports.
core audience.
I did not get the Wii because of Wii Sports. I don't inherently hate Wii Sports. I hate that controller, and I think let's just let this shit die. I think it's over is the thing. The moment died, like because they tried to do Switch Sports and no one gave a fuck. It's like the moment's over. I will say, I'm not like thrilled about like the lineup necessarily, but. Shout out to a little bit of showing off some third-party support. I definitely think, you do need to be showing that off. And I think if they didn't talk about that would have definitely been a cause for concern. Like, yeah, like what's even available? They didn't talk third-party. So even though this section of the direct was kind of boring for me personally, I think it is necessary and it's good to have like, we have some big studios talking. And again, I think that FromSoft get is like a big deal. I'm very curious how like the FromSoft community feels about that because they're going to be more knowledgeable on how do you feel? You're like the target audience. I'm not really, I'm not buying a Switch 2 to play. What do they call it? What's the game? It's called like
which one?
Bloodthirst or something.
Oh, the Duskbloods.
Duskbloods. Not a great name either, but whatever. They'll be fine. They don't need
Is
a
it
good name.
Dust or Dusk?
Look right there. It's right in front of you because he named it in the min-max tweet.
Duskbloods. Yeah.
Duskbloods.
I mean,
it's funny that you're like, this is putting my ass in the seat.
I freaking loved Bravely Default 2. Now I heard that Bravely Default 1
isn't as good as 2.
Wasn't as good as 2, but
this looks pretty fun, not gonna lie, even though it looks kind of like, it looks a little ugly, but
it's like somehow more chibi.
Yeah.
Which is not good or bad, it's just different.
HD Remaster could have fooled me, I'm just
I got Yakuza 0. I can play this elsewhere. Like there are so many of these games that I can play elsewhere today.
Yeah.
That seeing them here is not exciting.
Yeah, but this is meant to just be a third-party support nod, because there's also a lot of games that I'm sure you can play that they're not showing. You know, that are third-party games.
Sure.
So I don't really like. I don't think it's meant to be like a, oh my god, I can finally play Tony Hawk. You know, like I think it's more of just like, you know what? We have the Switch 2, and our partners are working with us, and they're excited about it.
Do people pull for the Hyrule Warriors?
Do people pull? What do you mean?
Like,
do they like it? You mean?
Yeah,
they're all right. They're probably in that like. One day we gotta do the tiers just so we can define it for ourselves. I think it's maybe like a C or B tier kind of thing.
It's lower than I expected.
It's like in the 70s. People like them, but they're not like the people that like them are like, I like these games. They're not like banging on the doors like I want a new Hyrule Warriors necessarily, but they like it. They show up for it. They enjoy it. People like them. They're generally received as good games. But they're very like specific, so I don't think the audience is like, at least in my circles, like the game coverage people, like it's like you get like one or two sickos on a podcast who are like, I love Hyrule Warriors actually, and this one was pretty cool. Let me tell you about what's different. And we're like, okay. Thank you for joining us, kind of vibe.
The GameCube.
Yeah, the GameCube.
Which they have a small
I enjoy the cube.
pan of all the different games that are coming.
I like the cube.
Oh, I didn't even notice they had the online play.
You know what? Maybe I won't get that GameCube controller. Maybe I'll just leave it alone, because it's like, what are we doing here? Maybe I got really excited that I'm like, you know what? Because here's the thing too with me, not so much with Nintendo, because Nintendo does less good looking controller variations, but I actually have leaned on just not going too wild with the controllers out the gate, because there's always gonna be a control, like with the PS5 for instance, they had that wild souped up Pro controller, which I was never gonna buy, but I got for free through Greg. Shout out to Greg for giving me his Pro controller, the Elite controller, I forgot what it's called, the one with the back pedals and all that. And I have the pink one because it's cute, and then I have the two it came with. So I just ended up being kind of like having a lot. Now, granted, one of yours broke, so we got use out of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think I need to be running to get like too many control. Like just a quick two is fine. Maybe even not if you're not going to be, gaming with me. I'll probably just stick with my one Pro controller. I will say shout out to the back pedals on the new Pro controller. That's cool.
Sure. Yeah, you seem to like them on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So
it's a fun option. Can you go to where those are at? Okay, it's not a rush. I guess get to them at some point.
Yeah.
Chibi Robo, I'm excited about because I actually haven't. I've been wanting to play that.
Sunshine. You like Sunshine? You love Sunshine?
I love Sunshine, but I have it already on the Nintendo Switch All Stars.
True. Fire Emblem. I haven't played any Fire Emblems, but I want to try Fire Emblem.
I like Luigi's Mansion, and having I imagine these games would have the features that all these games have, which is the rewind, which will help with some of the bullshit of Luigi's Mansion.
Pokemon XD, that's exciting.
That
Mario
cool.
Strikers. Now that I'm into soccer, I kind of like.
I think
but there's that new Mario Strikers game that I feel like came and went. Like no one talked about it.
I feel like some of those games are like, well, how good is this old one? Even though people were reviewing back then, no offense, but different group of reviewers. OG Strikers is like a 76. I think I still want to play it. I don't need this game to be like incredible.
And then
Omega Strikers.
Omega Strikers is a 79.
They're
so
not like
much
incredible
better.
games, but I think they could be. This to me, a quick afternoon is all I really need with Mario Strikers. And maybe we get into it and play it more. Pokemon Coliseum's there too.
I think I did the.
No, I just like they cut.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't let the full tile the last one show.
Gotcha. Well, we got Coliseum.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, it's exciting too.
I never played that Pokemon game. That Pokemon Shadow, whatever.
And you want to do your GameCube controller?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I won't get it. But though, if we need a second controller, that could be the second one, and then I play in the GameCube one. I'm open to it. I'm not like.
Are you going to be able to play regular games with this, or is this just exclusive for the Nintendo games? I think you
can, but if anyone in chat is here and knows, because they've had other Switch old controllers.
Yeah, the N64 one and stuff like that. Yeah.
But I actually like the GameCube controller. I don't like the N64 controller, so I'm like, I don't need that. The GameCube controller is kind of fun. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we will actually dip into some of those for funsies. Yeah, Deltarune, definitely. That good pull. Good pull.
And it also sounds like it's the full collection, which are parts 3 and 4 not out yet because they said there was new. Okay,
they're not out yet.
Oh, that's exciting. That's some
that
news.
Is a Big Deal's a little dramatic, but it is like this is relevant. Like this is something. And even if it's not, even if you don't give a fuck about it, it's like
it's
it's
8/4.
I'm not sure.
Is that a date?
No, because this is available on Switch 2 launch day, so that can't be the date. I don't know what the 8/4 means. Yeah, Reddit. What's that little 8/4?
Company responsible for translations.
Okay.
That is a.
Oh, you know what? I think that might be where Sarah used to work, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or remember we went to that talk? That actually maybe you weren't there. There was a talk I went to with Sarah that had her old boss, and I think I think that's because they have a podcast too, right? Yeah, like the 8/4 play podcast. Yeah, this is where Sarah used to work. 8/4.
Oh, okay, cool.
A long time ago. Sarah's worked in a lot of places, but yeah. So I would say for the Nintendo Direct, how do I feel about it? Yeah, it was Randy Pitchford.
Yes, it was Randy.
Randy Pitchford jump scare. I know Randy Pitchford getting so much screen time in this era. I don't know why. And how do we make it stop?
Civ 7.
Okay. So I think to also like kind of, we can still keep looking at stuff, but to kind of like summarize for me.
Oh yeah, this Little Flies game. I want to see more. What was that about?
You put the sound on if you want.
Nah.
Okay.
I guess. I didn't really.
Yeah, just to taste it.
Kids find this old tattered map. Off they went armed with nothing.
How I feel about this Direct is alright. Like, yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I'm just not like massively excited, but there are things that I'm excited about, but I don't feel like I got swept off my feet here. So it's just like an open world, like a small open world multiplayer game?
Seems like it's
some puzzles. So we could be playing this together, Isaiah. What are you talking about?
Survival Kids.
Launch day. Another launch title.
Another launch title. It is.
Let me see if someone's already. I'm sure this article already exists. Switch to launch games.
Another Gungeon game, which.
Hey, Engadget. Is that a new game or no? It's just it's already out, right? Enter the Gungeon too. Right?
Oh, is it?
Is it new?
Here I'll look.
I thought it was already existed. Also, they do.
It might be a reveal.
They are getting Elden Ring as well, Tarnished Edition.
Yeah, that's true.
Why is it called Tarnished Edition?
Is this Astroneer?
Or like what's up?
Oh yeah, this is the part that cut out.
Yeah.
So some of this stuff.
This looks
new.
like Astroneer.
It does look like it, but it doesn't look like it enough to make me think it is.
I don't know. It looks like Astroneer. Okay, Nintendo's press release from Business Wire. Let's see. The console comes with an HDMI cable, so shout out to that. Free HDMI cable.
Star Seeker, Astroneer Expedition. So it's an Astroneer spinoff.
Yeah, shout out to this Nintendo press release.
Okay.
Let's see. New games for new system. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
I'm glad that they're doing updates for old Switch games.
Oh,
that just like in general, like that.
Sure.
That's something we learned today. Also kind of interested in some aspects of that app. Maybe the app is finally going to be somewhat useful, like having the map. I'm always talking about how like the thing I miss about the Wii U is there were a lot of fun instances of having the gameplay on the screen and the map like on the tablet. So it's like if I can, especially I don't know if that app has iPad support, but if I could pull up the fucking Tears map on my iPad, it is a little. I think the voice part was a little bit weird, where they're like, "Go left."
That was
I'm like,
a little
that's
weird.
I don't know if I want all that. Like that didn't really feel that comfy to me. I will say too. I am lightly interested in the Kirby seemingly DLC. They're adding Star-Crossed World. So yeah, it's new content. Yeah, new content. So I'd probably play that just because something to do again. Like
they're still saying 2025.
I didn't realize Silksong came up in this. So that's actually
I
really
think
funny.
it was the part that got jumped over.
No, I get that we hadn't seen it yet, but that's funny. Hello.
Hey.
Also, I know it's not enough to get you to care because it's still Mario Kart, Isaiah. Oh my God, Goodnight Yes, fuck, this is great. Goodnight Universe, Skybound Games.
Goodnight Universe.
It's they're the people that made Before Your Eyes.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's the same studio. It only names the publisher.
Gotcha.
But I imagine it's the same studio. And I think, let me look. Goodnight Universe. Let me look it up just to double check. I had heard about this game, but is it the same developer? Maybe it's not the same developer. No, it is the same developer. Yeah. So I'm fucking hyped for this game because I loved Before Your Eyes. Yeah. Now, granted, this is just, general stuff. Now, I wonder, though, boom, with that camera, console way to play what's the name of the studio? I just said their name. Nice Dream. A console way to play Nice Dream. Because that's one of the limitations of Before Your Eyes. You need a webcam and that's why it's great on mobile.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need on technical level, but you basically do.
You could like click to.
Yeah, but it's like they didn't port it really to consoles even, except for PS5, like the PSVR 2 or whatever had Before Your Eyes. That's another application for that camera.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what other accessories they're gonna have.
So that's also why, like, I'm more getting the camera. I know I'm not going to use it much, but I probably will just get the camera just to say, like, let's just have it already. If I have to do content with it, I can do it. If there's games that we saw Mario Jamborees using some camera bullshit, it's like I could see it coming up where it's like, let's do it with the camera. Also, another application for it, fucking Just Dance. If they could do that where it's hands free, that would be. We probably still need the Joy-Con, but if it could be hands free, I would play Just Dance that way.
Yeah,
because I don't like playing Just Dance with. That's why I play Just Dance on the Switch, because on Nintendo, because Lisa, you have the Joy-Con. I don't like on PS5. I think you need to use your phone or something. I don't want to hold my phone when I'm dancing. If I could hold nothing, that'd be ideal. But the Kinect, doesn't exist anymore like that.
I also can imagine the camera. I could see it like detaching from the stand and then like plugging directly into the Switch.
I thought it needs to be plugged into the Switch, doesn't it?
Well, they showed it with a cable that runs along, like in dock mode. But I'm saying, like in handheld mode, I could see the camera part like detaching from the little stand it's on, and then like going right in. For like Jamboree and other games.
Yeah, this game the Goodnight Universe game I'm so fucking excited about.
2 Point Museum, would you say is good?
Yeah, and honestly, this on Switch 2 with that fucking mouse.
Oh, that Keep Driving game would have been.
Keep Driving?
Great. Oh, I should have got that in here.
Yeah,
I think, really turn some heads. I
think the problem is like they.
Oh, Wild Hearts. Which one is this?
It's like a Monster Hunter.
I can see it in my head.
It came out like 2 years ago or a year or two ago. I played it briefly and then I was like, I'm good.
Gotcha.
Just because I'm like, it's too much still like Monster. It's like I gotta like be trying and I don't want to try. This game I am really excited about. They showed this as the direct earlier.
Yeah, hell yeah. Puyo Puyo Tetris.
And I think also, and I'm not trying to like. Actually, this was a great direct, and the Switch 2 is awesome, and you're dumb for not liking it. Like I don't want to go like so crazy. Like I think there's lots of critiques to be had, but especially now, kind of sitting here thinking about it, like a new console. It's not just about like getting a new console with new games. It's about getting It's like this is like our second honeymoon with the Switch. I feel like it's like this is the vow renewal. No, it's not a wedding. It doesn't mean as much as a wedding, but it means something. To me, this is my Nintendo Switch vow renewal ceremony, where it's like, Switch, I loved you, but you're kind of old and dusted and busted. Now, you're looking a little bit better. You started taking care of yourself again. I don't know, I'm a toxic partner in this scenario, I guess, or whatever. It's like, I remember why I fell in love with you. And that's what I'm hopeful for with the Switch 2 too, just an invigoration, because my Switch, I don't use it really anymore. And when it comes to like games where it's like, where can I get? Oh, can I get it on my PS5? Before it was more of a split. Like the souped up games, yeah, I'm playing on PS5. But when it came to like these indies, I'm like, oh, like let me get them on my Switch. Now when it comes to indies, I'm like, PS5 or Steam Deck. I don't really want them on my Switch because it doesn't eat the way it used to.
Yeah.
What if the Switch could eat again? And that's the possibility that opens up.
That's a great question.
It's like, when you loved your Switch and you played on your
Star
Switch.
Wars Outlaws.
What if you loved your Switch again?
I mean, I would love for that to be the case.
Which I will say, in 2 Points Museum's defense, though, I do have that on PS5, and it actually does control pretty well. It doesn't feel like, I don't feel like, oh my god, I need a mouse. When I play Golden Idol, I do feel like I need a mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My question is, where is that Nintendo Switch keyboard peripheral? That's what I want. And I want to bring typing games to the Switch.
The scary Pac-Man game.
Yeah.
The Pac-former.
Oh, Shadow Labyrinth, yeah. Like the weird like AI eye game. There's an AI in my eyeball and whatever. This game does look cool.
Yeah, I'm still glad I picked it. I counterpicked it rather.
Yeah, I could see it not scoring that well, to be honest.
Classic Fortnite.
Legally obligated Fortnite mention.
Okay, Ridge Racer.
That's something. That's another day
cool.
one. Yeah, Professor Layton's cool. I never actually played the Professor Layton games, so. Let me see what other things they mentioned in there.
That's cool. Are the Professor Layton games like
good?
I'm sure they're good. Are they like people actually like culturally pop for them? Oh yeah, no, pretty. They review pretty well.
Also interesting, that Final Fantasy game, it's remake, not rebirth.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
just looking at their. They have a press release that they.
Oh, okay,
sent to
gotcha.
some people, and then some people posted it. So. Which honestly, I kind of wish there was like almost more. Well, I guess because like stuff that's coming out more than the sizzle reel stuff, because they don't mention like. The more like, oh, by the way, kind of games. Which again, there's technically a cajillion games that are going to be out on Switch 2 on a technical sense, the shop and stuff. But this is about highlighting like what they think is wavy and also genre dynamic to a degree. Like I get like, oh, I'm not going to pop for all of these kind of thing.
Tomodachi Plaza.
There's also them kind of just recapping the games that they had at the last thing, the last direct. Honestly, though, this screenshot right here doesn't look good. It doesn't look that dynamic. I think they should have done a better job picking like more varied instances in the games. Because this doesn't look like I have a lot of different things to play, even though these are all different games, and they're all also mostly different genres. But I'm not getting like this is supposed to give me breadth of experiences. This image doesn't look that enticing.
Sure.
That's just more of like a me being judgy of the technical aspect of the showing off the game, because it's just like I don't know, like it doesn't, like it didn't really give what like you wanted it to give kind of vibe. But you know what we need on here? UFO 50. Boom, 50 games baked into it right
there. Most games at any launch.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we didn't look at?
This is the Kirby. No, this is the
Kirby Air Raid, also just weird fucking choice. Yeah, Dusk
Blood. Dusk Bloods.
Bloods?
Oh, man. Which, like...
Yeah, Dusk Bloods.
I wonder, is this an actual separate IP from Bloodborne, or is it just a different...
It's a different IP.
Like, is it the same universe?
Let's see if someone knows. GameSpot wrote up something about it. They might know more. Blah, blah, blah. It's Soul. It's FromSoft. Okay, then they say blah blah blah. Then we see different cuts. Blah blah blah. They don't seem to have additional insights, which gives me a sense that there probably isn't additional information out really about it. And then can I be all these different people? Like, what's going on there? This is not going to matter because I'm not really going to play the game.
The Dusk Bloods.
Like, am I all of the Dusk Blood people?
I guess so.
The bloodies?
Yeah, and then they got a sexy rat over here.
It's not sexy. What about this is sexy to you?
Look at the eye. It's giving you like... Bro, what do you mean? That's sexy rat. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's not bedroom eyes. It's just an eye opening slowly.
Why is it eyeing you up and down like that?
It's not. Go back. And then set the speed lower. Put it to like 0.75 or something. So stupid. But this is also how we know that there's not a lot to talk about. That we're kind of zooming in on this thing. Obviously, this is gonna go like way too slow now. But okay, so this is what 0.5 you put it at?
It's 0.75.
0.75. I don't think he looks you up and down. I think he just looks up slowly. Up and down would be like doop doop. He's just looking at you. He's just looking at you.
Nah, it's basically looking up and down.
No,
I don't get
I don't
hurt.
think it's meant to be sexy at all. It's just you.
I get waking up the next day. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, Isaiah. No, he's hurt. He's like, I haven't heard that name in years. Kind of vibe. Oh my gosh.
We don't see any gameplay for Kirby Air Riders, right? Unfortunately.
I don't think so.
I could also be excited for this.
How you can stand this and not Mario Kart is beyond me.
I say could be because it's a combat platformer, like it's or combat racer. It's not just go fast and then get pulled back because the rubber banding built into the game. It's
you have items in Mario Kart.
Yeah, and those items are incredibly heavily weighted towards what position you're in to get. This you have to fight for your items. All right.
All right. Sure.
So, and then Top Shelf was saying that this definitely started as a Mario game. So I don't
know that. That's true. I think they just made a Donkey Kong game.
I'm gonna say something bold. I feel like in a world where I played Astrobot, I'm not excited for this.
I think that's somewhat fair, but they are going to be very different mechanically. So,
I mean,
but it does remind me of Astrobot a lot. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's more of like a. He's more of a. He's got like brute energy.
Yeah. That's fair.
And it seems like it's more of a. I mean, Astrobot does have a lot of destructible thing. Astrobot is more about interactivity than destruction. This seems more of like a destruction kind of vibe.
Yeah. I forget who is that made a joke. They said Red Faction Gorilla, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I am looking forward to this, but I am a little salty it's not at launch. Again, I think I think that launch. I'm
also,
gonna be
this
a little
Donkey
hungry.
Kong looks weird.
Yeah, he does look a little weird. I do think those 2D sections too could be really cool if they kind of like have a mishmash of stuff. Again, I'm not excited by this game. I love Donkey Kong, and Tropical Freeze is like one of my favorite games on the Wii U, and I guess on a tiny level of the Switch because it's the same game. But like Switch had its own stuff going on. But I don't feel like this is what I wanted from the franchise. That doesn't mean it's not going to be good, and then I'm not going to enjoy it, or maybe I'll be like, oh my god, I hope they keep making it. Like I'm sure like that can totally happen. It's just that like versus with Mario Kart, the idea of like a free roam kind of area that is appealing because I think a lot of us do want more to do besides just race in the traditional races in Mario Kart. So seeing an open Mario Kart, that's exciting. Open Donkey Kong, I'm not excited. It's just like, well, I didn't say, you know what I want? I want this to be open. Doesn't mean it's not gonna be good, but that's why it's not as exciting to me as like.
I feel like it's gonna
2D.
be like the wonder of Donkey Kong, like the Donkey Kong franchise, where it's like, is it good?
Maybe
people might actually like it, but I don't think it's gonna be the thing that like old school players would have asked for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe not.
Which it doesn't need to be. Hey, the point of this company and any company is to like give their consumers the thing they don't know they want yet. You know what I mean? Be ahead of the curve to some degree and everything. So
yeah, I'm not like grossed out that it's like a 3D roam. It's just like not. I'm not like, oh my god, like I've been waiting for this. Like it's just not something that I really necessarily felt like I needed from the franchise, but still be cool. But
we are not getting a 3D Mario is crazy.
Where is Mario? Where are you keeping him?
It's crazy to me. There's still time. But
I mean, I think we're gonna get 3D Mario at some point, but I don't know if it's gonna be year one. And that's the end of my comment. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna be year one.
It's so sad.
Also, do we know much about what these games be costing? Does anyone have that?
That's
Mario
a good question.
Like, because you can buy this bundled, but you can also buy the game separate. World's price. I'm seeing on VGC and IGN, $80.
No.
$80.
No, that's
IGN and VGC has it.
A $20 jump from last gen.
This is funny. The person that wrote this for IGN said it's an eye-watering $79.99.
That is very expensive.
Let's see. The Donkey Kong game is only $70 though.
Okay. What's 80?
The Mario Kart game. I don't know why. That seems weird. Like why have like one game more expensive than the other? That just seems strange. Or maybe Donkey Kong is just cheaper and most games are going to be the 80. See if there's more said about this. That Pro Controller about to be $122 and shit. Nintendo Switch 2 camera price. I'm kind of curious about that. Do they have anything on that? Maybe not. Not like insanely damning, but I think this kind of sums things up. I think CNN had funny enough, CNN had some good coverage of this. Their headline, Nintendo Switch 2 has big shoes to fill at a much higher price. That's true. Yeah. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nintendo Switch 2 accessory prices announced. Okay, this is VGC. Okay, so the Pro Controller is going to be $80. I think that's kind of standard. I think that's what it was before. Yeah. Nintendo has also confirmed the camera will cost $60. It's kind of what I thought it would cost. 40 would be cheap for it, and 80 would be like kind of on the expensive end. So 60, I'm happy with that. The GameCube controller,
65.
65.
That's not bad.
That's kind of normal, yeah. Whatever, the SD card 60. That's actually not bad. This is more. Yeah, they don't have info on what was I looking for even. Fuck, I don't remember. I think I was just kind of looking into also just like the game standard.
Yeah.
If there's a standard price of the games or not. I'm getting hungry. My tummy's rumbling.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if it's
we
on
can
the.
Wrap it up.
Hopefully it's not coming up on the mic. Because I sound hungry as fuck right now. I just got hungry. I was like, we woke up for this.
I'm hungry too.
And then just went into it. So yeah. Okay. Final words on the Switch 2. So are you more or less excited than when you went in?
Not less excited, but not more excited. I wasn't excited to begin with though. Like
So you're neutral.
No, I was a little bit on the unexcited side of things, but that hasn't moved. It hasn't gotten worse, but it also hasn't gotten better.
So you're still not excited for the Switch 2?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
I'd say I'm actually kind of similar. Again, Donkey Kong news, definitely good news. There's other things that I think are good for the platform, but there's not. I kind of have to reach for excitement, Like, you know what? Like the fact that we're sitting here being like, I've been meaning to check out Mario Strikers on the GameCube. That's not great.
That's not a good place
to be. That's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great. Yeah, so, but I don't know. I feel very I feel a little deflated by it, but time to just, drop this bag and get this console. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And this was our live reacts to the Switch 2. You can check out our podcast. It's the Gangcast, which stands for the Games and Not Games podcast. Other things that we should plug before we head out?
When's your next stream?
Oh, my next stream. I'm streaming next on Friday, so 2 days from the time of recording, and probably the time of uploading this. Then we're gonna upload it probably pretty much now. Yeah, and I do new games every Friday. That's the 2025 watch over on my channel, which is twitch.tv/GameOnasis. But yeah, this has been our reaction. It's now etched in history, and I can't wait for 10 years from now when we're watching Switch 3 and we're like, what was really there with the Switch 2? I don't know. I feel like there was more. And then, we kind of can just do it all over again. So, yeah, thanks for watching, y'all.